IKEA land. And welcome to Quantum Break, unedited, full-on raw footage of all of its glory and the non-glories where I start blabbing. This is your cue to fast forward or type, if you're watching on demand on YouTube or in the VOD, feel free to skip around when I'm talking. If you want to see us blab in all of our glory, welcome! Don't fast forward, because here we're going to be talking about stuff. More importantly, we're going to be talking about Quantum Break, a game that we've been playing for a while now. I'm very excited. This game is so good. It has been absolutely blowing my mind. I've heard good things about it. I have been intrigued by it for a long time. I did not expect to be so hooked as I have been with this game. It is so good. It is right up my alley with its storyline. I like timey-wimey things. I also like, obviously, the way Remedy does their narration. They're so good at, like, storytelling. It's just really, really cool. They really pay attention to all the details, and I've been loving running around in this game, looking at all the little notes, all the tiny little things everywhere in the game. It's been so cool. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey things, exactly. It's been awesome. Thanks for the beat, Kelorsen. Thank you. I've had so much fun. I'm kind of sad that we're entering the final chapters right now, but I'm not gonna stress through them. It's probably gonna be another part at least after this. We are starting Act 5 out of 5. We have finished, as of last stream, we finished Act 4, and we did the Junction, and we saw the live action part, and oh my gosh, the freaking plot twists and the jump scares, I almost said. Yeah, the real like jump scares. People are flipping dying. Very sad. And cliffhangers. Cliffhangers deluxe. Last time we played Quantum Break, we have sadly lost both thanks to this guy. Actually, thanks to this guy and to Paul, right? Erica. This guy. Yeah, that's Erica. No, we've lost out on... What is her name? I forgot her name. Oh no, I'm so sad she died. What was her name again? Oh, Beth. Yeah, Beth. Exactly. Beth was rudely Is this a new picture of him? I don't think we ever have we ever seen this picture? Interesting. Beth is oh my gosh, is that why Beth is not on the main screen? Because she died? But keep an eye on Hatch. Yeah. So, welcome back. What is the recap for anybody who missed out on stuff? Basically, we are someone who has been accidentally messing up time with our friend, Paul. Paul traveled forward in time. We were hanging out. We were having a good time. And then Paul was like, yo, look, I built a time machine. Let me travel in it. This is the long TLDR for those of you who have missed out on a lot of parts, but you still want to hang out tonight. We're playing as a person called Jack Joyce. We have a friend called Paul. Paul is also Littlefinger from Game of Thrones. And he's like, yo, friend, bro, I made a...
Hacky hey, hacky wiggle.
Hi Gio, welcome in. You're right in time for the recap. Thanks so much for supporting the stream for 1.5 years of being subscribed. 18 months. Thank you. Happy brand new badge anniversary. You have a brand new badge next to your name. Welcome. Welcome. We're playing as a guy called Jack Joyce. He has a friend called Paul. Paul was like, yo bro, I've made a time machine based on your brother's calculations because your brother was a genius, but now your brother says that he doesn't want to make a time machine anymore. But screw him. I have investors to please, so I'm gonna make this time machine. Oopsie daisy, the time machine, something went wrong, like your brother said. And then Paul traveled to the future in the time machine. And guess what he did? He saw time ended. So he was like, uh-oh, time is gonna end in the future. That's not good. Let me travel back in time and make sure that we can solve it and make sure that we can prevent this from happening. So Paul then traveled back in time to 1999. Granted, we were in 2016 when he first started traveling. He traveled forwards to like 2021 when time ended. And then he was like, oh no, it's ending. I'm gonna travel back in time to 1999. I'm gonna start a company called Monarch, where I'm gonna provide, make sure that we are working towards a solution to save mankind so that time will not end, or that if time ends, we are still able to work on solving time's ending. So that's what he traveled back in time to do. We didn't really know about that. We are just like living in the present because he was kind of sneaky. He started a company, but he was never seen because there was already a version of Paul living when he was young, right, in 1999. So he was running around, dealing with his company, hiring that dude that we saw earlier here on the screen here, Lance Reddick, called Martin Hatch in this game. He is shady. He has no background. We know nothing about him other than one day he got hired to work for this company. And he's been doing shady business behind Paul's back. There's something about him that he wants Paul to fail. He wants the company to fail. He has bad something is going wrong. Shady, yeah, take notes of that. And then he's shady. So we're like, oh, maybe we shouldn't trust him, but maybe we should. We've been reading his email. We've been reading everybody's emails because everybody seems to be leaving their computers on and having their emails, their secret, very high confidential emails open in the open so everybody can read them. So we've been reading them all. So we know a lot about these people. Anyway, we're running around and we're like, yo, what's up? Oh no, here's our brother. Brother, what happened? Why is time wrong? And our brother is like, we need to solve this. You need to solve it. There is a countermeasure to make sure that the time machine breaking doesn't happen. And then our brother kind of dies. Maybe, perhaps. A house falls on him. We don't know if he died or not. He seems to be dead, but probably not. Anyway, we're like, oh no, we need to carry on and avenge our brother and solve everything now. So then we're running around. We're meeting a person called Beth, and she's like, yo, you don't know me, but I know you because I have been following you, and I need to, my whole life has led up to this point that I'm supposed to work with you because a woman told me so back in 1999, and now it's 2016. So we start working together and try to find a solution to this whole end of time. She then says, oh no, we gotta travel back in time to go to your brother when he's working on a countermeasure because this got stolen. We need to fix it. So then we're gonna travel back in time, but we accidentally something happens because somebody turns on us. The doctor of Paul, she's like working on Paul's health because he's not doing great. He's been traveling through time a lot, so he's kind of disintegrating into air. He's just becoming a blob. Anyway, and she's like, no, I can't let you travel in time. So she makes sure that Beth that we're working with is traveling to 1999. She's sent back to 1999. What? Back to when she was a kid, where she met a woman who told her that your whole life you're gonna work towards this. You're gonna work with Yakios in 2016. Guess what? Who the woman was who told her that in 1999? It was herself. She traveled back in time, gave herself a notepad of all the stuff that's gonna happen to her and what she needs to do in life in order for her to get to the moment where she's gonna meet Yakios and then travel again to the 1999. It's like a loop. She keeps telling herself when she's a kid and that she's gonna work for this. And it's mind-blowing. Anyway. Meanwhile, we were like, oh no, where did she go? We don't know where she went. She went to 1999. Oh, we're just gonna go continue on traveling in the time machine. Bam, we end up in 2010. And we're like, oh hey, Bess, we saw you just 10 minutes ago. Where did you go? And she was like, I've been in here for 11 years now. I traveled to 99 and I've been waiting for you all this time. And we're like, no, it's okay. We can now work together. So we're running around in 2010 and we're like, oh, we're gonna do things. We're gonna solve the end of the world. But wait, Paul is there. And he's like, who are you, Beth? I don't know you, but you tried to kill me. Because before Beth went to 99, she actually went forward in time to the end of time, and she saw Paul when he was there, and she was like, what's going on? But also, I know Paul is a bad guy, so I'm gonna try to shoot him. And he was like, who's this person? I don't know who she is. And then she travels back to 99 when Paul also did it. In 2010, Paul meets us. And he's like, I don't know who this woman is, but I know she tried to kill me, so now I'm gonna do what she tried to do. I'm killing her. And she dies! What? As time is going, woo, 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 woo. And Paul is like shooting her, and Beth is like dying. And Yak Yo is the person we're playing as. He's like, no! But when he screams no, the whole machinery that they were dropping on the ground, they were trying to find a machine to stop the end of time. It goes whoa, 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 and he's like traveling through time, and he ends up in 2016, so he can't stop it, he can't prevent her death. So she dies there in 2010, and that's why she stops answering to our brother's emails. Anyway, and back in 2016, Yakios is like, okay, I'm gonna avenge Beth, I'm gonna talk to all these people. So we're talking to all these people and trying to become friends with everybody. Like, for example, some guy who doesn't like a runny egg sandwich, anyway. And then runny egg sandwich guy is like getting a conscience, and he's like, yo, Fiona, who's a person who worked with Beth. He's like, Fiona, I hacked my way into the secret place where everybody's gonna be safe. With the shady company, they worked on like having a lifeboats program. I don't know, they're gonna keep their staff safe while they work on a countermeasure or solving the end of time. I don't know what's going on. I didn't catch up on the votes, I didn't know. Yeah, G-Scott! They went there and they shot her, she died! So Beth is dead. And anyway, in 2016 then, the running egg sandwich guy is like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna redeem myself. I've been doing selfish things. For once, I'm gonna think about the greater good of the greater people. So I'm gonna run into the secret facility because there's a secret countermeasure in there. Because Paul in 2010, he stole the thing that they were looking. They traveled back to 2010 to get a machine that our brother had worked on, but it was gone. And guess who stole it? It was Paul. So he had it all along since 2010. And now he had plopped it in a thing because he was like, okay, we need this to power up the secret stuff we're doing. And running egg sandwich guy is like, oh yeah, I'm running here. I'm gonna be for once dealing with something and be nicer than for myself. And this guy, not this guy we're fading to, but the one who was there before, he's called Liam Burke, and he's like, can't have you do that. I was promised a place for my pregnant wife to stay in safety by this shady company, so I'm gonna listen to the shady company, and now I'm gonna protect this machinery. And Rennie Egg Sandwich guy is like, no, listen to me, we gotta do this for the greater good, we gotta, and then BAM! Lance Reddick, Martin Hatch, shoots him in the head, he dies! Just super sad. Running Egg Sandwich was finally gonna go get redemption and do good things for the greater good, and he just dies? It's very sad. Anyway, and then he's this guy, Liam Burke, he's like, oh, what have you done? Oh, I can't believe you've done this. And Lance Reddick, Martin Hatch is saying, yo, I'm here because I want this machine. I couldn't let the Running Egg Sandwich guy take the machine because I want it. Everybody wants to have the machine. And this guy is still like, oh no, nobody can take the machine. So he stabs him in the eyeball. Liam stabs Martin Hatch, this guy, in the eyeball. So he dies. Now he died too. I think everybody's dead now. And Liam is like, okay, I'm ready to protect her. And so he just stands outside and protects the thing. And we don't know where Yak Yois is. He's on his way. I don't know where he's at. We still don't know where William is, if William is alive or not, the brother of Yak Yois. I think he still didn't die because he fell under a house and he probably didn't die. And then, that's it. Oh yeah, and we have Fiona is still alive also. Fiona is sitting with all the scientists who doesn't know that the time is ending, but they're important enough to be in the secret safe house. And then I ended the stream. Was that enough of a time lapse? Is that all? Have we forgotten any important? I hope that made sense, because I don't think it did. Sorry, my controller had fallen on the floor. Can you understand what I'm saying? I've been sitting with my head in my hands laughing. What are you laughing? Everybody's dying, Michael! It's so sad!
And cut. Perfect reaction.
Yeah, thank you. Snapsy. It's cool.
Yeah.
I think that was everything. I mean, the most important things. If any game is half as wobbly bobbly as that TLDR, it's worth full AA AAA game price. Yeah! Omni, this game is so wobbly. I didn't even tell you about... I didn't even tell you about Bruce Savage. He's definitely the main character. We'll learn more about him at some point, hopefully, maybe. For now, let's go. Act 5, Part 1. The plot is thickening, the story is thickening. Let's start the final act out of all. Ooh! Are we finally gonna see what Jack Joyce is up to? Because he's gone. I'll come back for you. Who said that?
The entire town now seems to be a disaster area. And while authorities and relief workers from Monarch are redoubling their efforts, it seems everybody...
Oh, is this when he's interviewed? No.
Time was broken. Working out of sync. The city was in a state of chaos.
Yeah, as you can see, everything is chaos because time is weird.
The end of time was closing in.
And you still believed you could fix it?
The solution was inside Monarch Tower. A countermeasure.
The CFR, as Monarch knew it.
Yeah.
The key to the lifeboat protocol. Monarch's survival plan.
Everybody wants the same machine.
Didn't seem to matter to you.
I had a better plan.
Everybody has the same machine that they want access to.
Okay then.
Monarch HQ. 25 hours after fracturing time. It's 5 a.m. Did this guy ever sleep? I think he didn't sleep a single time during the last 25 hours. Okay. So this is a little silly actually, because Jack Joyce he thinks that he can fix the end of time by getting this countermeasure that they call it, a machine that our... What the hecky? Oh, it happened!
Here we go. Also 30 months already, heckio.
Whoop whoop! It happened, Islin! You only had a couple of more... you were only an hour or two behind. Islin, thank you for the 30 months! Another 2.5 year badge. Let's go. Thank you so much for being super. 2.5 years. Thank you. Happy badgiversary. Enjoy your new badge. And thank you for being super that tier 3. Thank you for going the extra mile. He sleeps less than you. Yeah, he sleeps less than me. that is lit. Thank you, Neslin. Thank you so much. This guy is a little silly because his plan is to basically stop the end of the world from happening, or end of the time from happening. Silly man. But I don't understand how he doesn't realize, because by now he should know what we know, which is that you cannot change anything. Everything that happens will happen. There is these time loops where everything will happen the way it has always happened, and you cannot change it. In fact, we know that people who are trying to change things, for example, Paul, when he traveled back in time, he tried to stop the accident of our parents, ended up being the one who caused it in the first place. Or was that our brother? Or it was the other, he tried to stop an accident anyway. Beth tried to stop things from happening in her past. It didn't matter. She by trying to stop them, she kind of made things happen. So no matter how much you try to change things, they will always happen the way they were happening. And since we have been to the future and there was the end of time in the future, it feels like it shouldn't be possible to stop the future end of time from happening. That said, Paul said, where? Oh my gosh, what just happened? What?
Christ!
Okay, let's stay away from that. I died just by being... Oh, that's why I died! Because it's me! Oh no, there's enemies! Okay. Okay, so... what I was gonna say is that... Paul went to the end of time, and he actually said that it happened in like 2023. So he said there would be a lot of time to figure stuff out before time breaks fully.
No.
But it seems like time is breaking much faster than he said it would. So there is at least one thing that doesn't seem to turn out the way that we thought it would. Or the way that Paul thought it would. So we're not entirely sure. We're not entirely sure how... We're not entirely sure how this is gonna go. Chat?
Class on. Class on, class on, class on. Class on, class on, class on, class on. Class on.
I have something weird. Hi. Balloons, and thank you for the 100 bits. Something that I think is weird with this game, I think this might be a bug. Every time I start up the game again, my pistol has turned into the normal pistol, even though I had a heavy duty pistol. Oh, is he spinning around? I had a heavy duty pistol with a smaller magazine. But I keep on... Oh, hang on, we have a caller. Hello?
Time goes by. So
So slowly.
Every little thing that you say or do, I'm hanging up on you. Bye.
Oh, okay, bye. Okay, bye. Thanks for calling into the stream. Thank you for the bits. Worst fire pistol. I feel like every time I start up the game, I lose my pistol. The game is telling you not to use the pistol at all. But I like the heavy duty pistol. It allows me to do cool things. It makes me not be... I don't have to take so many shots. I can just like one headshot them. Does anybody have a pistol? Anyone has a pistol? There's only burst fire everywhere. That's not nice. Your weapons reset after each live action episode is not a bug. But I have all of my other weapons that I had before, no? Like, this is the same. I had this. This was a weapon I haven't seen before that we picked up. So all of my weapons are the same I have picked up, but the pistol have turned into the base pistol instead of the heavy pistol. Is there a one-shot kill setting in options like there is in Control? I don't know. But I don't know if I would like that. I mean, as a setting. Uh-oh. I hope there are no people on this train. Kind of not great that it keeps on going through the... Majestic beans! Royal subs and salads! Okay. There's something here. Can we take that without dying? Another radio.
You are aware things are very chaotic right now all over Riverport and in the rest of the world.
100% unlimited ammo.
Epidemic of collisions of some kind happening. Car accidents, air collisions, all eerily
Air
similar
collisions.
to the Port Donnelly bridge crash we experienced earlier, where nobody.
I have unlimited ammo in my heavy pistol also.
I personally witnessed a car slamming into three people, a family as they were crossing the street, and I do not know where that car came from. The street was clear, and suddenly the situation is being addressed by Monarch Solutions, who are responding to the crisis by... I can't do this. This isn't worth it. They didn't tell me it would be like this.
What?
They knew, didn't they? Those sons of bitches knew, in the way that they were talking.
What is she talking about?
I'm so
She knew?
I have to go. I can't stay here. I have to go home.
What did Monarch tell her? We know that she's been aboard with the others because it's been kind of shady. Carbine rifle ammo. That's the one. We picked up a carbine rifle last time. Very interesting. I hope that the train won't come up here. Apparently we're looking for Paul also. On the other side of this. Okay, sesame open.
I hope you can hear me.
Fiona!
Fiona? Is that you?
Yes.
Is she wearing a suit?
Listen, the CFR, it's not easy to reach, but you can access it from Serene's office. A friend of mine has unlocked the CFR chamber, but the rest of the place is still in lockdown.
A
I think I can
friend
help
of
you with
mine?
that. Like this.
I guess you can.
Serene isn't in the building anymore, so maybe you don't have to run into him.
That would be great. Within the bathroom. On top of the bathroom. Fiona's in the lifeboat. No, it's a CFR suit, isn't it? Oh yeah, you're right. Well, she doesn't need it now, but if we're gonna take the countermeasure and put it to use for something else, then she's gonna need it, or she will turn into frozen, right? A friend with benefits, being able to open doors like that. But he's not here anymore. And so I don't know if that is if my choices made it that way. I'm very sad because the other choice seemed to be Jack Joyce working with Charlie, and they never got to meet now. So I think it might be my fault that Charlie is dead. But I'm not sure.
Welcome to the international headquarters of Monarch Solutions. This
Trying to watch
state-of-the-art
TV when the
building
TV
has
is
become world famous for its unique architecture
breaking
and
apart.
its iconic presence in the Riverport skyline.
Yeah.
Incorporating an unprecedented level of automation designed with both comfort and security in mind, complete with a zero carbon footprint. The building provides a safe and environmentally friendly workplace for thousands of Monarch employees.
Wow.
Monarch Solutions. All we think about is the future.
Zero carbon footprint.
Literally.
Well, in that case, I'm sure you're all cool.
Yeah. What is this? Floor map. Okay. There's not that much that we know here. Daybreak, welcome in. Hello. Thanks for joining and hi.
Mr. Hatch, I thought you... They said you're dead.
They are confused about a great many things. I have a little job for you.
But I mean, I'm not sure I should...
What? What does
You are
flunky
supposed to
mean?
be.
Yes, of course.
No, you're not.
Say, Mr. Hatch.
What? He's listening to him. They sent out a memo that nobody was allowed to do anything that Mr. Hatch asked for. I guess he's scared of him then. Flunky, a person who performs relatively menial tasks for someone else, especially obsequiously. Okay, I don't know what menial and obsequiously mean, but I guess it all is just meaning in general that he's doing a little... Oh no! This guy! He's just here mopping the floor while the world is ending? Oh no! menial of work. Not required much skill and lacking prestige. Oh, it's Ati! Oh no, our best friend, this guy! Obsequious, obedient or attentive to an excessive or servile degree. Oh. Yeah, but he's standing in the way of the train. He's gonna die. Can we help him?
Buildings in lockdown. The hell does that even mean?
Poor bastard doesn't know anything about the train crash. Hope he doesn't have a heart attack when time resumes.
Can we help him? Is the train gonna crash right onto here? That's not great. What are all these things flying? Are they coming from the train trash too? Train trash. Not sure why they are flying. Is that Paul the Punch Palmer? I don't think so. Wait! Is it? I don't know what he looked like because we saw him from so far away. All I know is that we saw a like a little poster from Paul the Punch Palmer. But in the live action, wasn't it? Uh-oh. I'm not sure downstairs is much better. You hear that crash like a bomb hit us. Okay, they heard the train, but they don't know what it is. Are they gonna go downstairs, maybe? Have you seen any of the quantum ripples? I don't know what the quantum ripple is. Is that the one where we connect to like an echo? Find Serene. Are we gonna have to take these people out? Exit. Elevator. A flunky has to do a lot of basic tasks and do them ridiculously well and fall over themselves with gratitude and servitude to the boss. Okay, so it makes sense that he is listening to Hatch then now. What's going on outside? There's the fire people. And this... What is the red beam? Good night, I hope you feel bad. Good night, Nestlin. Catch you in the weekend. Catch you when we catch you in the weekend. Thanks for coming by. Natty, natty. Uh-oh. Oh no, they saw me. This... This weapon is really good.
Paul's office.
Why is it burst fire? Dang it, I want a heavy pistol. Okay. First, before Paul's office, we need to read these things. Monarch radio note. Won't work in stutters. Radio waves get stuck, same as everything else. Use stutter-proofed hardline terminals instead. Oh. Interesting. Here is...
Alright, how am I getting to Paul's office?
From Loser Talbot to Pablo Torres. We haven't heard anything about any of these two before, I think. Wow, look at them sideburns. That was the helicopter blades. But they make red lights the whole way around? Okay, Loser Talbot, Pablo Torres. We haven't heard anything about these two before, I think. Unless Pablo is one of the people that died before. No. Was his name Pablo? No. Was the guy who was strangled in the hospital. Okay. Hey Pablo, I think it's getting close. You better get your butt to a stutter-proofed area. I still can't believe this is real. But you've seen what it's out like out there. Half the world's going to poop. I'm glad we're in here. I don't know how it's all gonna play out, but at least this way we get a chance. Maybe we can fix things later. I bet those science guys can work it out. Right? And hey, if you see that Yak Yoi's butthole, just run, dude, okay? I was talking to Clarice and I didn't realize this before. I thought it was just sneaky or lucky or something, but I saw some battle reports from the field and he's just a machine. He just shoots his way through everything we throw his way. I know this place is safe, but I figure he'll show up sooner or later. I heard he's got some personal beef with Serene, so when he comes, you better stay out of this way. Let the Yarheads handle that, if they can! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. If Joyce is coming after Serene, he's gonna be pretty mad when he finds out the boss took a chopper out. You hear anything about that? What the heck was that about? So it could get pretty ugly. See you when the dust clears, I guess! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Stay safe, man! From Luther Talbot. I don't know if Pablo is already dead. I think Pablo might be the one that got strangled at the hospital. Maybe. Our reputation precedes us, exactly. When interacting with some items, you cause a quantum ripple. Oh, right. Yeah, we have done. Oh, sorry, everybody. Now you're getting your eyes very bright. I think we checked this before. Look, discovered. Oh, we've done all of them. 8 out of 8 quantum ripples. Oh, well, there we go. In the whole game. I guess we've done all of them. Oh, wait. Are you meaning the ones that when we interact with something, it will come up later? Like we will later see it have an effect? Because we have seen that. But I don't know what it means and what it will lead to. If it will lead to anything bigger than just the tiny little, like, winks. If it has a bigger effect or not. Good night, Indigo. Thanks for coming over. See you this weekend, maybe. Oh, we can read about it? Really? Collectibles. There's only one there. Oh, that was the junction. Collectibles. That's quantum ripple. View quantum ripple. A moment of frustration leads to career in politics. Oh, Paul the Punch Palmer quits his job as an electrician and goes into politics. Wow, I didn't know we could see these! Calls Pebble, a power outage at the industrial area transformer yard. Because we caused that power outage last stream. So then he went into politics. Palmer's rival candidate, District Attorney Billings, killed in a freak accident involving faulty wiring. Well, I wonder who did that. Effect Ripple. Paul the Punch Palmer runs for mayor in 2016. Ah. Dr. R. Morphin. Dr. T. Ranger. Wait, what? This guy was back. This was back in 2010. I was gonna vote for that guy. Yeah, I managed to trace the ripples. Crazy, huh? You can still vote for him. Yeah, but it's not the same anymore. That makes no sense. Nothing has changed. He was a good or a bad candidate as he ever was. It's just not the same. Okay, this is very interesting. I didn't know we could see the... I didn't know we could see what it led to. Quantum ripple. There was an unidentified... Good night, I hope you feel bad. Good night, I hope you feel good. Yes, God. Take care. Thank you for coming by. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good night. An unidentified online source places Jack Joyce in a catering van somewhere in Riverport. Catering service employees arrested by Monarch all over Riverport. Effect Ripple. All the mimes at the Riverport Street Performer Convention arrested by Monarch. Wait, really? A clown performing at a child's birthday party arrested by Monarch. Wait, why? I caused that? Do you think these ripple are significant? That's the thing, you can't tell. I mean, one thing leads to another. It's a chain reaction of cause and effect. Fine, we have this information. We can see the patterns they make, but it doesn't really make any difference. Well, I don't know if that's true. It's
Happy
like
birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
Chris, thank you for 101 beat! Oh, it's my birthday party on Saturday, chat. Shh, it's not birthday on Saturday. Yep, that's when it's happening. That's totally when we're celebrating. Thank you so much for the 111 beats, though. Thank you very much. Thank you. Happy birthday! January birthday gang. It's actually a reference to Power Rangers. Wait, is this actually? Hickey beady. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. But we're celebrating on Saturday. What have I missed so far? Welcome in, Extreme Apple Fan. Thank you for the 7 stream streak of streakings. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for watching the stream. 7 streams in a row. We are reading about our what choices we've done in the game that has affected the gameplay. So this is really cool. I didn't know we could read more about it. I wonder if they have any significance to like the end of my birthday. To the end of the game, or if this is just for fun. Balloons, and thank you. Yeah, it's well, I mean, depending on how you see it, I don't know, but yeah, we celebrate on Saturday. So just celebrate on Saturday. Okay. Thanks for the beats, balloons, and thank you. Thank you. We have this information, we can see the patterns they make, but it doesn't really make any difference. Right. It's like you flip a coin, it's heads or tails, but there's no stakes to it. It just doesn't lead to anything. Well, tell that to the mimes. So yeah, the mimes got...
Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
They bring thank you so much for 111 beats. Thank you. Thank you. Your birthday is whenever you want it to be. Yeah, these celebrations we're having. Welcome to my birthday party on Saturday, chat. Thank you so much for the 101 bits. Thank you. Okay. We go. I don't know if all of these have a ripple. That one doesn't have a ripple. That one is a deception. This one is not a ripple. I don't think they are ripples if they are. Shoot.
Nom. Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
Check your party. Thank you for the 314 bits. Thank you for the pie. And for the happy birthday bits. 101. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
Thank you very much for the 111 bits and for the 111 bits. Snapcity, thank you so much. Thank you. 2024 bits still there? Of course. It's gonna be 2024 bits for all of the year until next year. Until next year.
Thank you, me. Oh, it's my birthday.
Thank you for the 111 bits, Sarah. Thank you so much. Snapcity, Trishikori. Thank you all of you so much for the baby birthday bits. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it, everybody. Thank you for that. Thank you. But also, welcome to my birthday party on Saturday. Thank you. Thank you. I'm trying to figure out. We missed something here. Look, we missed a document and a chronosaurus, by the way. Chronosauruses we missed, especially in the early game, but I'm kind of upset that we missed documents.
Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
Thank you, Toyu, for the 111 beads. Thank you. Chronosaurus, yes. Coronasaurus, thank you so much for the bits. Thank you. You're so sweet. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Cause Pebble, an erotic audiobook is broadcast over the R&D facility PA system. Vandalis, a confession of love.
And my axe.
And my axe. Thank you, Burke, for the 104 bits. Thank you very much.
Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
Thank you for the 111 bits. Thank you. We started a hype train solely off of the 111s. Thank you so much, Balloons, and thank you also for the bits. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay. I'm trying to understand what these things are about. Effect Ripple. Dr. R. Morphin finds himself aroused by what wait, what? By the audiobook? Are they listening to this? Am I playing it for them? Oh my. Not having much of a good afternoon. Oh no, I am sorry. The piano and singing was horrible. What? Extreme Apple fan. I am so sorry to hear that. That is not... I'm so sorry. Please know that if it makes you happy to sing and play piano, do it for as much as your heart desires. That's what it's all about. I'm so sorry. I completely understand that it would hurt your feelings to hear that, but please know that this is them being that sounds really... I'm so sorry. They're really mean.
Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
Thank you, Atomius. Thank you. Extreme fan, if for what it's worth, if you are loving playing piano and singing, if you enjoy making recordings or you want a video of it and you want to share it with us, please feel free to do so, post in Discord or something. I would love to hear you play the piano and sing, and please just continue to do whatever makes you happy. I'm so sorry this happened though. They are a poo-poo. Yeah, exactly, Murphy. Sending hugs to you. We would love to hear it. Yeah, exactly. Please feel free to share if you would like to. If you feel comfortable, I would love to hear you sing and play the piano. So know that you're always gonna be hyped up by us in here. We would love to hear it. I'm also not sure what this audiobook is. If this was a good thing. Dr. T. Ranger at least does not enjoy the audiobook. Effect Ripple. Chronon Tech striker candidate Sunders is distracted by the broadcast. Falls off of a cliff and drowns. What? Does this mean I didn't have to fight a boss fight? Effect Ripple. I Hakola's erotic novel Adventures in Flesh skyrockets on the bestseller list. What happened? We just turned on a radio in one of the houses and this is all that happens afterwards? A confession of love? What? That's conjecture, I know, but wait, what the heck? Ron? Morphin finds himself aroused. No, we're not including this in the results. You said... I'm sorry, Terry, but I hold us to a rigorous scientific standard. I have to report and record our findings exactly. Nobody wants to know this kind of nonsense. You don't know that. And you're being very judgmental. I heard anyway. I already filed the report. Oh, and anyway, I already filed the report. Oh my god. Okay, glad they had fun with that. Syrian diary unlocked. What? Fiona cocktail sword. Charlie get drunk enough to access the lab.
Okay, finally. Found a stutter-proof pocket. This should work. I
Did we hear this
I don't
before?
think anybody will ever hear this, but I need to record it. If only for my own sanity.
Did we hear this before?
I don't have long until they find me again. The end of time is here. I'm living the goddamn proof. How did it come to this? Where did it all start? I conducted an experiment with Jack Joyce. I didn't listen. I was a goddamn fool. We caused a fracture in time.
He regrets it.
I entered the machine, was sent to the future. But where I ended up, there was no future. Time has stopped.
So...
Forever. I've spent weeks...
Is this a recording he did at the end of the time?
Those things. They're always searching for me. And I'm not alone. Someone else is here. Hunting me. I see her shadow. The machine is broken. I can't make it work. I have to find a way back. Before this ever happened, find a way to prevent the mistakes we made. This was my fault. It's my fucking fault.
Oi.
I have to make it right. I have to find a way.
The screens freeze? Okay, that was his diary. So we can also go to diaries and upgrades here, and we'll see their diaries here. Unknown. On Serene's thoughts about being trapped at the end of time. So these never played? Is that what you mean? These never play in the game, and we have to play them ourselves?
I ordered Martin Hatch to execute his PR campaign. The university mission was a success.
I have never heard
but
any
at
of
a
them.
great cost.
Oh. This is the first time when we go.
Not yet. We need to cover our tracks. Shift the blame. Jack's transport never arrived at the Ground Zero operation.
This isn't the start.
Martin wants to use the media as a tool to find him. Turn the city against him. I know where I'll see him again. The visions have made that clear.
Hatch was the one who didn't want to kill the witness.
It awakened something in me. An admonition of what was coming. A reminder of how it all started. Who I once was. 17 years ago, I performed a test that caused a fracture in time.
Yeah.
I was to blame. I came to terms with that very quickly. It took far longer to accept that there was nothing I could do to stop it. I built Monarch from the shadows. Waited 17 years for that moment to arrive again. Thought I was ready. This was my greatest struggle to date. Feeling the moment approaching, simply allowing such a tragedy to occur, knowing any action I would take to prevent it would simply make it so. And now it's here. We are the only ones prepared for what comes next.
So he recorded this.
My plan was in motion. The time for hiding is over.
Oh. Okay, he recorded that Monday, October 10th. Wait, has this all already happened? Aren't we in October 10th now? But when the game started, it was October 8th. No, 9th? So we would have heard him talk about it from the future. And this one we listened to because he was in End of Time, right?
Okay, finally. Found a stutter-proof pocket.
Yeah, that one we heard already. Another one, October 10th. On Serene's thought about making Jack see things his way. And on his condition. He records this like 10 minutes later. Woo, woo, it's a raid, it's a party. Woo, woo. Welcome in, readers. Hello. Thanks for reading. Welcome everybody. Scan. Hello. Sleeper Dad. Welcome in. Misha. Hello. Eustace. Shevang. Welcome in. Six. Hello. Fiction. Welcome in everybody. Thanks so much for joining. Incognito. Hello also. Thank you everybody for joining. Dot Hacker. Hi. Welcome to stream. Thank you so much for reading it. Thank you for choosing us to say hi to. Sorry that we're like flashbanging you with this very bright screen. The first thing you do. Hey, if we haven't met before, it's nice to meet you. You can call me Heki. I'm from Sweden. We are a variety stream. We play lots of different games. We're in the middle of Quantum Break right now, and I just realized that there's a lot of in-game like diaries that I haven't heard. So we're kind of going on a little lore exploration here, just to listen to what we haven't listened to already. We're kind of at the end of the game-ish, so this is kind of wrapping. Before wrapping up the game, I wanted to make sure that we checked in on these things that apparently we had. Apparently that we have found. Dig up, I said. Eustace, what were you up to on your stream? Tell us all about it. Hi. Oh, an exploration. Hey. Exactly. What were you up to on the stream, Eustace? Tell us all about it. Thank you for joining us, Rimworld. I hope it went well. I hope you didn't get attacked by killer robots. That usually happens when I play Rimworld. I still haven't finished the Rimworld playthrough. We gotta do that also at some point. Soon. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for trusting us with your community. Thank you, readers, for coming by. If anybody's reading in and you're heading out, I want to say a huge thanks for coming by to say hi, first and foremost. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your time zone. Mostly just chatting, but also doing some Rimworld on the side. That is nice. Rimworld is a good game for actually chatting and chilling while like playing a little bit in the background. It's a good game for that. I hope it was a good time. I hope you had nice talks. Welcome in, everybody. Chat, if you're in here, you're not following Eustace, you're missing out on Rimworld and other games and talks. And I stream a Rimworld party. We're gonna do that at some point. At some point, yeah, definitely. Carpal, thank you for being here. And yeah, you will have a good time in Eustace's channel. I think you will find it funny, and a lot of nice people are hanging out in the chat. It's mostly the people hanging out in the chat that does it make it a good time. The content is C+ at best, but it's bearable. You stick around and have a good time just by hanging out with the community. Yeah, you're missing out on C+ content and an A+ community. Exactly. Exactly. So you better go like, comment, subscribe, so that you are you know, up to speed with the cool kids and having a good time over there. Thanks, Eustace, for reading. Thank you. We're listening to, as I said, little diaries in here, so spoiler alert, because they are a little bit spoilery about what's happening in the game. This is a game that is made by the same people who made, for example, Alan Wake and Max Payne. Remedy, a Finnish studio. They are so good. So I would like to give a spoiler alert, but also say that if you are into games with very, like, they are so good at paying attention to detail. They are so good at you know, storytelling. I think they are absolutely fantastic. I love going around and looking at all the tiny bits and pieces of the story that they have put into these games. So if you are a person who enjoys lore and stuff like that, I highly recommend this game. If you want to stick around and just watch me read through the lore and listen to the lore, feel free to hang out for that. Dinner time. Happy dinnering, eating, Eustace. Take care. Eat bon appetit. Everybody say night-night, Eustace. Thanks for coming over. Thank you. If you sub, then you too can high-five Heki's face. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, you can. If you subscribe to Eustace, you can high-five my face. Enjoy dinner! Okay, if you recognize this person, Raiders, it's actually because you're right. It's Littlefinger from Game of Thrones and all the other things he plays in. We're also having this person, you know, from Control. Yeah, Jesse Faden. Also, this guy. What? Who's that, you think? Well, it is indeed Mary from Lord of the Rings. Can you believe it? A lot of people are in this game and very familiar faces. It's very cool. It's like mixing live action with gameplay. Very neat game. Now let's listen to Paul's diary number 3 on Serene's thought about making Jack see things his way, and on his condition, because he's sick, because he's a time traveler and he has time powers and he makes wobbly in his face. He becomes wobbly because he's traveling too much in time. You know, great powers has great also effects on your body, and that's it. Good morning, DHDTV. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us. Hello, hello. It's a live action gameplay and Hecky talk, exactly. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's listen now.
I know what they'll say. I've turned my back on Monarch, on the mission. For him, for Jack.
Yeah.
The contrary is true. Jack could be our greatest asset if I can just make him understand. He needs time to understand, to process what has happened.
It didn't go well.
Eventually, he'll see. He's the only one who possesses the same power, the lens to see clearly what I see every moment of every day. What's coming, the inevitability of it all.
No, Martin Hatch is using eye drops.
I just received word that shots were fired as Hatch delivered his speech.
Oh.
Shots meant from me. There's somebody else opposing me.
That was from
somebody
them.
on the inside. The sickness is spreading.
It was Hatch.
Visions are becoming more frequent.
Shaking my head.
I'm having increasing difficulty holding on to the present. They need me to be strong. The lifeboat depends on it. I hope to God Dr. Amaral finds a more permanent solution soon. The treatments won't last much longer.
The treatments won't last much longer. That is true. He literally took his last dose of medicine last stream. So we don't know what's going on. He might turn into a wobbly blobbly angry blob of timey-wimey stuff. And we might have to fight him. We don't know. Fenring, have a good sleep. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you. Nighty nighty. And here is a recording from September 1999, from when he traveled back in time. This seems to be his plan. Building Monarch. This is what happens when he traveled back the first time, I guess.
September 5th, 1999. Again. I found a way back from the end of time through a second machine. I went back as far as it would send me.
Wait,
February
again?
28th, 1999, with a simple goal.
Building Monarch.
To use my knowledge of the past to protect us from the future I witnessed.
Champi.
I've built a company from the ground up, invested in sure bets. We've made millions in mere weeks. And this is just the beginning. I can use this knowledge to do great things. I can use it to guide us to a better future, to make the world a better place. And it's strange, living all this a second time, reliving it all from the shadows. I recognized a vagrant the other day. I know how he dies, weeks from now. I can save him from that fate. A simple start. If I can do that much, then I can save us all.
Oh, the person that he wanted to stop.
Visions of it every day, haunting me. Time frozen. Billions of people just stopped for an eternity. Never living and never dead.
Does he
She
mean the
followed
person
me
they
here,
saw?
tried to kill me. I'd like to think it haunts her too.
Yeah, Paul keeps talking over me, right? Croissant? Rude. I think he was talking about because in 1999, he and Yak, they witnessed somebody died, and they were like, it was very traumatic for them to see that. So when he went to 1999, he was like, you know what, I can stop that from happening. So he tried to stop it from happening, but by trying to stop it, he made it happen in the first place. And that's what happened when they were kids too. So it's like, it's all just one big loop. Okay. Isn't an eternity if time is stopped? Yes. Maybe? I don't know. Some of these looks like we need intel to collect in order to... You see this? Some of the diaries, you need to collect some intel in order to unlock the diary, maybe? And others you just get from time, I guess. Dr. Sofia Amaral. This is... how fast... Why is he making these diaries? Look, the first one is 419, 433, 441. He's just recording them immediately, all after one after the other. Okay. 4:41 a.m. And I think this is exactly right when the time is in the game right now. It's 4 a.m. something, or is it 7? It was in the early morning. Okay, Dr. Sofia Amaral. On Serene's thoughts about Hatch betraying him.
It was him.
This might be Junction
the whole time.
related.
Martin fucking Hatch.
Oy,
He's
angry.
been sabotaging me from the inside. He destroyed the lab containing my only treatments. I can feel my sickness spreading by the minute.
Uh-oh.
Without those treatments, it's only a matter of time until...
Thanks for the bless yous.
He's had his hands in every phase of Monarch's development, overseen our R&D division for years. Why? Why now?
Why did you hire him?
This can't be about control. He wants control of Monarch. He is using this company for his own agenda, building towards something. All those secret projects I granted him. What has he been up to? We will find him, and I will put an end to this once and for all.
I think he's dead now because we stabbed him in the eye, but then again, maybe he's not dead. Maybe he has some... Maybe he's a time traveler. There's no notes about him from before he started working at this company, so I don't really know what's going on. Okay, and then another 15 minutes later, on Serene controlling his conditions and madness.
It's only a matter of time before the sickness takes over. I've delayed the inevitable, taken the final treatment to reach the clarity necessary for my final actions.
Yeah.
All I've built, everything I've done here, it can't be for nothing.
No.
The lifeboat cannot function without the CFR, the countermeasure.
That's what they're gonna use.
I've seen Jack at the swimming pool, holding the device.
Oh?
That's where I'm meant to stop him. That's where I must go.
Really?
That's where this ends. I ordered Liam Burke to guard the CFR chamber. I know he won't succeed, but at the very least he'll slow Jack down, make sure he comes out hurting. Now I have to finish the job.
Is he gonna die?
Know that everything I have done was necessary to assure our survival. Every life lost was in the service of our future. My fight ends today, but Monarch's has just begun. The end of time cannot be prevented, but it can be endured. We will survive. We will survive.
We will survive. Hey, hey. Okay, I'm a little bit confused. Launch up to 3 time stops. Field. Damage radios. Sure, let's take this one. Have we read all of this? November 11th. That's before everything even happened. Oh, have we heard any of
How close
these?
were you with Serene before the experiment?
Oh, okay, all of these are all of these are the recordings from the... Okay, so these ones we have heard because these are the interview. The interview's happening in a month from now? Interesting. Okay. Okay.
Let's talk about Serene's condition. You're aware of how it started?
Uh-huh. Ground zero.
Monarch developed a treatment to curb his symptoms.
Have we heard all of these?
Our reports state that you destroyed those treatments, rendering him defenseless as his sickness spread.
That's what the reports say, yeah. But I've never stepped foot in that lab.
You have no way of proving that.
Now, I find it curious. Dr. Amaral was working on a permanent cure for Paul's condition. But she was ordered to stop before research was complete. Sounds like somebody on the inside didn't want him to get better.
Sounds like you have an interest in this cure. It makes me wonder if you know anybody else suffering
I
from
think
the
we
same
heard all
symptoms.
of this.
It makes me wonder if that is why you're truly here.
Or maybe I just really like the coffee here.
Have we heard that? He really likes the coffee? On what Jack thinks about fixing the fracture and closed loops.
Your behavior shifted during your mission to kidnap Dr. Amaral. You became less foolhardy, more calculated.
I feel like we might have heard them, but I'm not
I found
sure.
hope.
The second time machine? You actually thought you could go back and stop the fracture from ever occurring?
This is
Stop
what...
everything?
There was a chance. That was enough.
Okay, that was what we heard when we started the game today. So I think they're all from that. Bess Wilder Diary.
October 9th, 0400 hours. Monarch operation moves into the university in 15 minutes.
Did we hear her diary?
This is it. Years of training, all leading up to this moment. Just need to keep my cover just a little bit longer. Monarch's objective is to apprehend Jack and William Joyce. Alive, if possible. If what she told me is true, then this operation is going to end in a shitstorm. It's up to me to make sure Jack gets out of this thing in one piece, but I can't risk blowing my cover just yet. The notebook didn't give me any orders regarding William. Still not sure how Jack is the key to all of this. If William is the one with all the answers. We're about to find out.
Yes.
Okay. It's time to do this. Beth Wilder, signing off.
I'm not sure if we heard these. I can't remember hearing anything from Bess before. Helix, thank you so much for using your Prime sub in here out of all the places on the Twitch. Thank you for choosing our channel. For Simone 3 sub. Also, I do agree. Time travel games, time travel in general as a topic is really confusing, but it's so good. It's so good. I love it. It's like one of my favorite topics. One of my favorite topics of like media to consume, or like games and movies and TV series and whatnot. I love it. I think it's so cool if it's done like in a cool way. Yeah, love it. Thank you for coming by, Helix. We're listening to some diaries. We this is completely. I just opened the it's somebody said we had some ripples that we didn't check out, and suddenly I went into diaries, and now we're listening to diaries that we forgot. We played the entire game without listening to any of these, so we're just catching up so that we can listen to them, I guess. Jack's gone. It's October 9th. Liam Burke messing up Jack's Oh, this is when he was gone from the van.
October
right?
9th. William Burke fucked the rescue operation.
Yeah.
Put him on the trail of the lifeboat to buy some time, make sure he didn't find out what I'm really up to.
Oh, she put him on the trail of lifeboat.
Disappeared while I had a goddamn gun to my head. Tried to contact him, but he's out for blood. Dealing with goddamn amateurs. This isn't how this was supposed to go. She never told me the fracture would start at the university. I could have stopped it, avoided all of this.
Oh no.
Why didn't she warn me? She knew that this would happen. Why the hell didn't she warn me?
This is before she knew that she was the one who told herself. Okay. Beth Wilder diary. Second time machine, Beth's plan. On Beth's mysterious knowledge of the events leading to the fracture and her plan to stop it.
October 9th,
you might have heard
1900
it.
hours. We found it. The second time machine. It's the final proof I needed. Everything she wrote in that notebook came true. I found the final piece of the puzzle.
Uh-oh.
The countermeasure that William built to stop a fracture in time went missing in 2010. It was never seen again. It's clear what that means. It was us who took it.
Yeah.
It just hasn't happened yet.
No.
We go to the past, get the countermeasure, come back, and we can stop all of this in the present.
Heck.
That's our mission. Even if Jack doesn't know it yet. He's convinced we can go back and simply undo this all. He lit right up when he saw that machine, like time travel is some kind of goddamn magic eraser. He's gonna be in bad shape when he realizes the truth. Maybe even worse than I was. Poor bastard.
Oh no.
Guy's stubborn as hell. Did I mention his ingenious plan to kidnap Dr. Amaral? Let's just say he's in handcuffs right now, waiting for me to Trojan horse his ass out of a high-security Monarch facility. He's got balls.
Oh,
I'll give him that much.
Is that when he gave himself up?
Maybe I'll wait a bit longer. Make him sweat a bit.
That's right before the party. And then October 10th, once I entered that machine, Beth's thought about entering the time machine and not knowing what comes next. Oh no, and then there's 1999. Oh no, okay.
We've got Dr. Amaral. If she can fix this machine, then this is it.
Yep. I'm so sad knowing what we know. listening to this.
That notebook gave me some kind of sense of invulnerability. I always knew what came next. Once I enter that machine, from that point forward, this story's unwritten.
Yep.
I haven't told Jack this, but I have found things in this swimming pool. Scattered
Yeah, like a
papers, journal
Band-Aid?
entries in my handwriting. My journey from this point forward isn't gonna be easy. That much is clear. As long as we succeed, it's all worth it. This
Did
can't
she
be for nothing.
know?
We will succeed. We have to. It's our destiny.
Happy new trip around the Sunday. May your ass be free of Trojan horsing unless you're into it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that sounds like a good thing. So I'd rather stay away. No saving throw. Thanks so much for the 5 months of being subscribed. 5 months, almost half a year in total. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in. We're listening to Diaries. It's a little sad. Knowing what we know about Beth, listening to this now is kind of sad. Ooh. Thank you so much. I hope you're having a wonderful Wednesday. Thank you for coming by. Thank you and hi. She said here that she's like, I've seen stuff around the like she's seen stuff around the area in the bathhouse that she's like, oh no, I recognize these things. They might be about me. They might be me who did them in the past. Seems like she knows. So I'm a little bit worried that like she kind of knew that she might end up earlier in time than she thought. Maybe? I'm not sure. I'm feeling a little sad. Okay, let's listen to the one from 1999. On Beth's journey through time. First to the end and then to 99.
February 28th, 1999.
Oh, there's a picture from it.
2100 hours. He got away. Serene is gone. When Amaral sent me through the machine, I thought I'd come out on the other end with a solution in sight. I found the opposite. The end of time. I saw it. I don't know what that means. Ever since I was 8 years old, I saw proof that things happen for a reason, that they can't be changed, that I had a purpose. I don't know what to believe now. If what I saw was real, then anything we do to stop it will fail. If that's true, then what is this all for? What does it mean?
It's true.
I can't give
if
up.
They can't
I'm
stop
gonna complete the cycle. Find a solution. There's still hope. I have to believe that.
I think part of that was written in her diary that we read. The very long diary that we read for like an hour. Beth Wilder Diary 6, July 4th. On Beth's thoughts before she goes to meet her destiny? Did she know what was gonna happen?
July 4th, 2010. I've spent years in denial. About what I saw. About its inevitability. The end of time. I wanted to believe maybe Jack was right. Maybe all this could be undone. Erased. I looked for proof. A loophole. Something. Jack's parents died in a car crash. 1999. I thought, maybe if I could stop it from ever happening, if that were possible, then I failed. I failed every time. Every time I tried to make things right. This is our destiny. The good and the bad, intrinsically tied to this path. It can't be bent. It can't be broken. No matter whether we succeed or fail. It
Beth,
still comes.
Beth, listen!
I see it every night in my dreams, scraping away at my mind. The end of time is coming. And the only way I've been able to keep sane is by focusing on the present. What's here? Now, in front of me. But today's different.
No.
My whole life, I've had a mission. I'm gonna see it through. Even if there's no hope. Even if we fail. This is what I was meant to do. And I know what happens next.
She does?
This will be my final entry.
That was also in the diary, I think. But... Do you think she knows then? She knew that she was gonna die? I think when they sent to the end of time, I think it was 2021 because that's what Paul Syrians wrote on his dashboard, no, on his whiteboards. He was like, 2021, this is where I traveled to, this is where the end of time happened. So we have 5 years now to sort things out. It sounds like she knows. So sad, but true. Ooh. And then will we have found him? I think all of his has been found. We have listened to him several times. So I think we're good to go. But also we forgot to check the quantum ripples here that we found. Private gala speech is leaked via live broadcast. Oh yeah, remember that? We accidentally did this quantum ripple because I died. Monarch PR director Oswald, recovering from surgery in Riverport Hospital, suffers a massive stroke. What? The ... cartoon show rescheduled due to additional news coverage on the Monarch Gala. Numerous conspiracy theories on Monarch appear online, including several links to an alleged secret government agency. Bureau of Altered World Events? Wait a minute! Dun dun dun! It's a little Wing Wong. It's a Bowie! Bowie! Is it true? Look at that. Yeah. Ooh, ouch. Yeah, that's bad. Syrian's gonna be mad. Wow! Is that a little Wing Wong to control? Bureau of Altered World Events. Maybe this was before they even decided on the name control. Bureau of Control. Because they keep on saying AWE in several times in this game. There's been like graffiti saying AWE. But they haven't said anything about Bureau of Control. This might have been like before they decided on Bureau of Control. Or they just didn't want to mention it that much. Bureau of Altered World Events. Dang. Can you believe Paul Serene is doing this all thing? And maybe this whole time the Bureau of Control was like aware that this is all gonna happen and they're like sorting that out. Collectibles. Nothing there. Collectibles. No quantum ripple. One quantum ripple over here. An athletic dinosaur experiences an unscheduled departure. Wait a minute, a standee of a T-Rex with a football in the text Rexes appears out of nowhere in the industrial area in 2010. Oh, that's how it plopped there because we touched it and it disappeared, remember? And I said, did we put it in our pocket? A time travel closed loop, a paradox, a prank. Effect Ripple. The new Riverport football team, Riverport Rexes, is formed and adopts the T-Rex as their mascot in 2011. No! And that's... Wait, because they were founded, there is gonna be a standee of a T-Rex with a football and the takes Rexes in the future that then gets sent back in time again. So they are founding their own mascot. Wow. Effect Ripple. Due to university fraternity prank, really? The standee ends up on Gull Island in a rowboat. I don't think I saw that. An identical The same. Sandy goes missing at Ground Zero in 2016. Ground Zero drone surveillance inventory. It is almost sure that the same. Again with the time travel? We know it is possible. Yeah, but it doesn't follow that every single thing is... No. Look, wait, this one. Though it appeared right out of thin air. Are they looking the footage? Well, out of thin air! Time travel doesn't really work like out of thin air! Wow. Remember, this is owned by Microsoft, not Remedy, so they probably couldn't use the name anymore for Control. Yeah, it's probably just a tiny wink, but not like... They couldn't do more than that. Quantum Ripple. Senior broker Huskins loses his gala invitation. Intentional sabotage accident. Wait, did I pick it up? Effect Ripple. Huskins is late to the gala. His wife divorces him? Haskins on a burnout leave. What? Did I make somebody get divorced? Because wait, she divorced him because he was late to the gala? Oh no, chat, I did an oopsie. This is not great. Oh no. Effect Ripple. Haskins' invitation is sold on eBay by someone using the pseudonym Blanche McDougall? What? Large numbers of monarch butterflies found dead from coast to coast. What? I'm so okay with this one. Haskins is such a butthole. Nobody likes working with that guy. I know the feeling. I spat in his coffee once. Wow, okay. Believe me, he had it coming. And then some. Probably shouldn't have put that on the record, though. I'll make sure to erase that, don't worry. Yeah, it totally got erased. I don't even remember that we took somebody's gala invitation in Act 2, Part 1. Must be some random thing we picked up. Quantum Ripple. Memento from a lifelong gone. Paul Serene orders a ram statuette to be transported to the HQ. Significant and memento pure gold. Effect Ripple. 2 members of the safeguard unit killed each other, fighting over it to steal the statuette. What? Selfies of Monarch employees posing with rams start trending in the social media. Uh-oh, PR Dep gonna go mad. The state of Utah initiates a legal proceedings against Monarch and a sudden spike in the dairy product commodities markets. Intentional? I really don't think we should be transcribing this discussion into the official record. You know, don't know when some great insight will appear. This is also speculation. It's cool. No, it's not speculation. We know the statue caused a ripple. Alright, that part stands, yes, but pure gold? Seriously? This is just because you saw the Maltese Falcon last... Not necessarily! Okay. I don't remember that either. Act 1 Junction 1. I don't remember this. Memento from a lifelong gone leads to a moment of... Wait, I'm remembering it! We picked up the goat statue. Just looking at it made that happen? Just us looking at that thing. Wow, okay. No quantum ripples this early on. There's one here. An unexpected solution leads to unexpected result. Yeah, this is the one where we did graffiti on the whiteboard. Core stability equation solved in the report University Project Promenade Lab. University core stabilized, HQ time machine primed. Massive power outage in the town of Ordinary. Massive power outage in the town of Ordinary? That's where Jesse Faden grew up. A sudden uprise of violent crime overnight. Dun dun dun! Lab assistant Waynes leaves for home early to celebrate. Finds both wife with the mailman, kills both in Yale. What? Leaves for home early to celebrate. Finds wife with a mailman. Kills both in Yale. Wait, is this suddenly Prison Architect? This story sounds familiar. Effect Ripple. Lab supervisor Rolling, alerted to the scene, suffers a fatal car clash. Maybe also a phone call. Oh, related to Ordinary? Oh. 1113, effect triple. Number sequence 01122 is featured in the results yielded once the fixed equation is implemented. Ben joins, alias Time Traveler, wins the lottery. The winning numbers include 11 and 22. What? Ben joins won the lottery? A time traveler? Really? Oh, it could be a time traveler. Look, can we just... No, it could be a time traveler. But you can't prove... No, you can't prove it's not a time traveler. Well, you can't prove it's not an alien or a hyper-intelligent dog. Not being able to disprove doesn't mean... Yeah, it could be an alien. God. Okay, that was the very first quantum rippet. Now we've gone through all of them. Chat, we did it. We did it. We looked at all the things that we have not... that we didn't know about. Yay! We did everything we didn't know about. And now we can go back to the game. Whew, that was like a good hour. Back to the video game. Lucky everybody was waiting for us. Okay, back to the game. What's so many civilians?
Just wait for them to understand what's happening.
Oh no! Oh no! He's not having a great day. Oh no. Okay, so what we're doing right now, we're actually looking for Paul. But we are in the middle of also figuring out what's going on here. Yeah, things are not going great here. What is that? From Clarice. Shifter alert. That's why she's doing that face. The shifter alert is happening. Uh-oh. 2 Monarch HQ Chronon active personnel. Uh-oh. Attention! The lifeboat security protocols are now in full effect. Our stutter proofing has failed, and we have reports of shifters in the building. Shifters in the building. Wait, like... Dr. Kim is here? You know the drill. We have trained for this. Do not approach shifters alone. Remember that they are not restricted by the physical space in the same way we are. Deploy dampeners and watch your backs. Work in teams, remember your tactics, maintain your distance. Don't take any unnecessary chances. Comms are unreliable due to the stutters, so pass the word to others and take advantage of stutter collapses to communicate as effectively as you can. We are attempting to repair the stutter proofing as quickly as possible, but be advised that contrary to our earlier timeline, which gave us years more to prepare, we believe that we are now on the verge of the final zero state. Then every single stutter we encounter is more and more likely to be the one that never ends. That means our priorities have changed. The lifeboat protocol is in full effect, and ensuring its success is our only objective. Whether that position is shifters, yakois, or anybody else. It's vital that we all remember our training. If we do things right, we will make it out of this, and we will make our way into the lifeboat. Good luck and make me proud. Okay. Do you think that maybe it is you think that it is the end of time has happened at on the 11th of November? Choo-choo! Choo-choo! On the 11th of November, which we know is when we are having the interviews now.
What's going on here? Thought I'd run into organized resistance.
Oh no, this guy's falling!
There's this survival program, and you're either in it or you're irrelevant. So everybody's just scrambling, and Serene's acting weird. Nobody knows what's going on. Everybody's just waiting for it all to end.
Oh.
But you're gonna keep that from happening, right?
Fiona? Fiona? Yeah, sure I will. This guy is he's... Oh no, and that guy too. What is happening upstairs? Why are so many of them dying up there? Can you put a match dress under that guy? I would need a lot of mattresses. This dude is safe, I think. Falling on top of the... Never mind. They're falling on top of the sofas. What is this about? Are they fighting shifters in the building? Can we find a bouncy castle for him? He's just gonna fly all the way back up again. And that's what we hear. Ah! You hear that? The background? Alright, I guess up we go. Progress in the video game. Everyone's reading erotica.
I was getting closer to the
wild.
countermeasure.
What is?
Paul had the key to fixing the fracture all along, but he didn't see it.
There was nothing to see. He believed the fracture couldn't
they're
be
fighting
fixed.
over there.
That's why he used the countermeasure, the CFR, to create the lifeboat.
What are they fighting? Oh no. Oh no, what are they fighting?
What the fuck is that? Damn.
What is that? And why did it look like Martin Hatch? Why did that look like Martin Hatch? Oh my gosh. It looked like Hatch. Is that why he's taking eye drops? Is he already a time traveler? He is one of them, maybe. He's like super affected by time. He can travel to time and space. That's what there's nothing about him before he got tired. He's traveled backwards. Did he just kill all these people? I don't know. I don't feel like he's a good guy if he keeps on killing people. Right? Can I get a heavy pistol, please? I don't know. Gerson, welcome in. Hi!
Sir, I mean, if I deactivate the stutter-proofing system, won't that, if time
Yeah?
stops again, then the building will be...
Let me worry about that.
It's just that I'm really not sure this is okay. Couldn't we just check with somebody?
Do I have to look up your home address?
No, sir. I'll do it.
See that you do.
Just run away! Why didn't he just run away instead of listening? Is that him? Oh my gosh, chat, I think Martin Hatch has mega superpowers. I think he has mega superpowers.
Those men died fighting something that lives outside of time.
Yeah.
The very reason our weapons program was built. Serene knew they were coming.
Weapons
Wait.
weren't doing the trick.
Clarice, are you not working with Mr. Hatch? Okay, never mind. Maybe it isn't Hatch. It really looked like him. They had the same suit on and everything. Fine. From Paul Serene to security about Martin Hatch. Martin Hatch has been detained, and his authority over Monarch Solutions and its employees, along with his security clearance, has been rescinded. I want a full security team watching him at all times. He is not to be given access to any computer systems or communications. Don't talk to him, and don't allow him to talk to anybody. Lock him down and keep him locked down. If he attempts to escape, shoot to kill. I'll deal with him when I'm done with the present crisis. The present?
Fiona, can you get this door open for me?
I think so. Sorry, this isn't quite my forte. I know a guy who would do this in his sleep, but he's about as dependable as... Oh, never mind, that's it. Be careful.
She's smack talking Charlie the whole time, but he's dead. Clear the area of enemies. Do I have to? I heard Serene just left. Yeah, they say that Serene went in the shopper. Maybe he went to the water plant. If he was locked down, how did he get out to kill Charlie? I guess he wasn't locked down. They never managed to get to him. Unless he's like traveling through space and time, so he's like shape-shifting all the time. PR protocol. Monarch Solutions respond to a tragedy. No public aggression! Coercion and manipulation over violence. Right. Contain, bury, spin, everything. Friendly, safe authority. Excuse me, I'm reading. Can you stop wobbling? Deploy SED Mach for media control. Manufacture terrorist threat. That's Jack Joyce. Okay. See Charlie Wincott for details. Charlie! Flood social media networks with the new narrative. Drown out legitimate reports with a flood of conflicting reports. Paint troublemakers as bleeding heart extremists. Attains critical mass, useful idiots will take over trolling. Operation PMS. PMS? PS5? PM5? What does it say? Excuse me. Stevenson for more OP info. Shipyard closed down area 4. Team Viper clear trails. Okay. 99 balloons and thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a good rest of the week. We'll catch you on the weekend if you want to come by. Thanks so much. Thank you. Come on, to keep up, Trishcore. This is all pretty straightforward. Yeah. It's all very understandable right now. No reason to be confused. Okay, so my question is, why am I gonna kill them when they're clearly... Oh, pistol. Heavy pistol, let's go. Why am I killing these people when they are clearly fighting against some threat that I probably don't want to fight on my own? Can't we team up? I have to remember to go back to this board here. We can't seem to interact with it now, probably because we are in combat. Okay. Hello, guys! I'm very sorry, but... wait, can we talk about it? Nope.
Time to move.
The fact that all of them are throwing stuff? Oh no! Is there now there's somebody bad? No. Those are my enemies. They are so... Is he spinning out of time? Is he glitching? You see how he just spun around? Uh-oh. Chief, good night! Timey-wimey bedtime. What's happening? Oh no, robots!
Is that all you got?
Robots are not great. Ow! Uh-oh. I'm just gonna go rat-a-tat on his butt. Did it do it? No. He's exploding a little bit. No! I'm shooting at your back! Whoa! Don't like that, don't like that, don't like that! What are you doing? Is he affected by timey-wimey stuff? Whoa! It's hard to see where I'm aiming. He's so fast! Whew.
I gotta get to the camera.
Okay. Now I can pick this up.
The Monarch PR machine was going strong. The public believed that they were doing what the police force couldn't.
Yeah.
Protecting them from a terrorist threat. From...
You.
Yeah. Oi. Hey, by the way, did you see that Alan Wake is going to be added to Dead by Daylight, chat? He's gonna be the new survivor in Dead by Daylight. Awesome! I wonder if he will permanently have a flashlight. Very calm, very calm. Oh, we can pick up some ammo here. Unless we don't have it already. Easy, yeah. Easy, let's go. Okay, another laptop.
You told me that Hatch had Paul's full support.
Mm-hmm.
I saw otherwise.
There was a temporary misunderstanding.
Really? From Vera Kovacs to Alim Lodan. That creepy butthole's gone. Alim, did you hear that Hatch is out? I don't know exactly what went down, but Holden from Acquisitions says Hatch did something to really piss off Serene. Maybe something that involved blowing something up on the island? I don't know, frankly. I don't know if Holden did either. It all sounds pretty crazy, even with Monarch standards. Anyway, Holden says Hatch got escorted out of his office by a whole bunch of armed security guys. I mean, that wasn't a security will escort you out of the building situation. Holden says it was for real. So, I guess that guy's done. Good riddance. Maybe now we can get some work done without Darth Vadering the crap out of us. That guy's always creeped me out. Oh, I had another thing too. You were right, Dr. Amaral came back. I was sure Joyce would just kill her, but nope, she made it back alive. Anyway, glad I was wrong about that one. She's cool people. She picked a good time to come back too. Things are really bad outside. It's really starting to dawn on me that we were really lucky to be in here instead of stuck out there in all the craziness. They said there's planes coming down from the sky now. Crazy! Let me know you're okay, Alim. From me. You know what I like about these emails and stuff is that they have written things in a way that seems like this is a real person that would write this. Like, if this was if this, in many games they would like perfection. They would take a lot of time to like rewrite everything to perfection. For example, this person says the word really in like so many times in a row, 3 different sentences in a row with just the word really, really, really. The other email we read from the other person who was like exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Like I do a bunch of exclamation marks. It's really neat because all of it is it's more like real people talking rather than something that has been perfected through the writers in a game, you know? The writers pretended to not write perfect writings, and it really, really feels like it feels more natural that way, that it's like it's real people's emails. Just tiny details like that I think has been awesome in this game. They've been really good at doing those, I think. So yeah, GG and good job. I listened to some of the voice lines on Reddit. Some of them are pretty brutal. Oh, from the Dead by Daylight? Yo. Yeah, we don't really stream Dead by Daylight, but I play it on my spare time and it's a lot of fun. It's so fun. I guess I have a new meaning coming. Did you just use internal remedy emails and change some of them? You think that's how they talk to each other? Research labs and PR. Okay, let's go in here.
Fiona, I'm trying to get to the Sky Bridge.
Skybridge. You're in marketing right now. Okay. Yeah, I think I got it. Hey, Jack, be careful.
Yeah.
There's something really weird going on in this building.
I'll be careful.
Monarch was scrambling. Paul's empire was falling apart all around me. I'd never seen anything like it. But Paul had. That's what he was preparing for all those years.
Yeah, the end of time.
He didn't do a very good job.
Kind of grumpy.
sure they didn't even scratch that thing.
Yeah, whatever they were fighting, won pretty bigly. Okay. Changing from a killer main to survivor mail and awake. No. I still do survivor all the time, but I've been playing as Nia. You know, the one from Stockholm or from Sweden. The Swedish character. Oh, I can play as a American character made by Finns. What's going on here? Is he? I thought he was chopped in half.
Holy shit.
This must be some strong boy. This does not look great. This does not look great, chat. Whatever's been going on here is not a good time. Status.
Alright.
Remaining filter capacity. Yes, welcome in. You missed a lot of we have been listening to diaries and we have been reading notes. We had a little fight and we also think that Martin Hatch has superpowers. Maybe, perhaps. Because he is very he's very strong. Maybe, I don't know. This might be Martin Hatch that did all of this, or it's not. But it really looked like him. It really did look like him. Hey. What? Time stabbed. Is this Bruce Savage? Time stab. Time to something. What the heck? He made himself an intro? That was incredible. I'm watching it. Time knife. Oh, time to kill is what it said. I can't believe this. No, wait a second. Have another email from Bruce Livingstone. This time it's not a script, but it is an email. It's not a script, chat, but it is an email from Bruce Livingstone about my screenplay and the new video! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Hey Sophia, I still haven't heard from you about my screenplay. I know you're busy with all your work, but this is really taking off in a big way, so let's try to get going on this, okay? I know this thing is gonna be huge, so I just went ahead and mortgaged my house to make this thing reality. It's my dream, and I'm gonna follow my dream. And once I get the Kickstarter going, this thing's gonna pay me back for the mortgage, so no problem. I already shot a short promo thing for the KS campaign. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna star in it, but I've got a really cool part for you too, if you want it. You'd be perfect for it. Also, like I said, I'm gonna need that science feedback stuff soon. Let me know ASAP! Exclamation mark, exclamation mark, exclamation mark, smiley face. That was the promo video. absolutely amazing. Bruce, good job. Is that the same person that is on the picture there? Bruce Livingstone? Does the Bruce become a big time star in the future? Probably, surely, yeah, definitely, 100%. Smiley face, hate to flow, welcome. Definitely, for sure, for sure. Okay, I wonder where Bruce is at right now. You think he was in the lifeboat?
They have a time machine here. Shit. This is where they brought the university core.
Oh.
This is Paul's machine.
This is Paul's one that brought it here. Monarch paperweight with note. Ensure personally that CFR chamber is secure. Personally, who is here? Ensure personally. Is there an alternate future where all remember him as Bruce Livingstone? I don't know. Probably, possibly, probably. Probably, possibly, probably. From Bernard Riker. A confession to Paul Serene. Sir, I know you won't have a chance to read this email until you return to the headquarters, but I have turned this over in my head repeatedly and I see no other option than to let you know what I've done. Uh-oh. I have deactivated the stutter-proofing at the building. No, Bernard, is he the one that was in the echoes from talking to Hatch? Oh no. I had maintenance access and I used it. But I want you to know I did it under tremendous duress. Martin Hatch left me no choice. He threatened my family, and I didn't know what else to do. I still don't. I know there are shifters out there. The shutterproofing is gone, and I don't have a Cronon harness, so technically I'm safe. The shifters only exist in stutters, and when those hit, I freeze, just like the rest of the world. So, whatever happens during the stutter, I'm safe, barring some kind of a desynchronization-related accident. What that means, though, is that one eye blink, I'm here, and the next, there's 2 dead strikers on the floor. Dead because of me. Their blood all over me from nowhere. I'm looking at them right now, typing this on my phone. I can smell the blood and, I don't know, ozone, I guess? And smoke. Their gears sparkling. They'd be alive if I hadn't. I'm sorry. I think I'm hyperventilating. I don't know if I can hold it together much longer. I don't know why Hatch wanted this to happen, but he did. I think he wants CFR for some reason. You can't trust that poop face, sir. I know you're close, but I think he's evil as they come. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm not making excuses. I know I'm messed up. I don't know how to deal with this. I've always respected your drive and dedication. You have no idea. I don't have those things. I'm just an engineer. This is just too much for me. If you come back and fix things, please look after my family. They didn't have anything to do with this. Bernard Riker, Senior Chronotech. Wait a minute. Bernard? Oh no. Where are those? Oh, that's the things in Paul's office. Okay, that's not great. That is not great. Paul! Oh, Paul! Bestie! Uh-oh. Oh no. Boss fight. Against Hatch? It's about to happen. Yeah, come on. I don't know, chat. I don't know.
What the fuck was that thing?
That's probably nothing good. Oh, time is on again.
All personnel, stay clear of the lower levels. There's a possible hazard. Repeat, stay clear of the lower levels.
Possible hazard. A giant train.
Crashed into the building. The situation is under control. All personnel should remain in secure areas. There are intruders in the building. Repeat, remain in secured areas.
Intruder. Is that Clarice, by the way? That must be Clarice. I hope I looked at all those things in the background there. Jordan, hi, also welcome in. Thanks for joining.
Another door I need help with, Fiona.
You're at Serene's office.
Yona.
Good. Just a second, this one's a little tricky. Serene's got access to the CFR chamber, and there's going to be a pretty dangerous guy there guarding. Got it. Just be careful, okay?
Yep, I'll do my best. So Paul is not gonna be here because he
Paul's
traveled on
already
his...
gone.
Yeah.
But he left behind the one thing I needed.
An untitled note. Attention, there are baddies in the house. Baddies. Welcome back, Extreme Apple Fan. Under control. Exactly. I think we are the hazard, but also a giant train in the entire lobby. Yeah, we don't want to go there. I've left this message here for you to find, so that soon, when the time comes, I ask you to choose, you can do so with your eyes open and with some hint of understanding. I have no secrets, and the only thing I choose to omit are the ones that you, in your current limited state, would not be able to grasp, no matter how hard... Sorry. No matter how hard I tried to make you understand. I have walked down the same path you are now on. Once, from your perspective, a long time ago. Although time no longer had such meaning to me. I too came in contact with a time machine. In my case, it was not a man-made device, but a natural one in a cave. It should come as no surprise, really, that such things exist. Much like natural nuclear reactors do exist, such as the now defunct ones at Oklo, Africa. After all, Mayor Joyce Field has its irregularities. I too became Chronon active. I too developed Chronon syndrome. And in time, I too lost control and became a shifter. Became at once everything and nothing. Was everything and nowhere. Died countless deaths and was still alive. My every probability, every possibility happening at once. I promised I would not lie, and thus I tell you, the noise and the pain and the rage were more than anyone could suffer and not go insane. I burned in this fire for a long time. There were brief moments of awareness in this endless nightmare. Different versions of key moments in my life that I found myself reliving again and again. Trying to make things right, like a puzzle, on and on and on. I am convinced that the stutters and the end of time saved me. For those were the only places, the only times where I could even briefly stop and rest and slowly find focus and control again and ultimately master this state. Not emerge from it, not be cured, not go back to what I was before. For there is no such thing, but to learn to be one, be in one place and everywhere at once. My perception is altered, like that of someone who has seen a perceptual illusion and discovered that the picture is both a young girl and an old woman at the same time. Once you see them both, you can never not see them. We are such limited beings. We play with just one piece, on just one square, on an endless chessboard. Just one life, one timeline, in an infinite multiverse of possibilities. Am I an exception? The only one who has found his way to the other side? Or is this just a shifter's brief dream before a stutter collapses? There are other shifters. You. Your best friend, who is now your mortal enemy, Dr. Kim. Others. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, Kyois. Dr. Kim. Others. Some of whom you know. Doesn't matter who, because they are gone. And when they emerge, if they ever emerge, they will not be who they were. Just as I am not who I was before. I've done my part in helping you all achieve this state. If time is an ocean with a frozen surface, then the stutters and the end of time are holes in that ice. Opportunities to come up for air. I have a plan. It's already in motion. But it would be futile to try to explain it to you. Like trying to explain 3 dimensions to someone who can only see 1. But make no mistake, I do not look down on you. I strive for humility, even as I shift from this world from one state to another. I will make this possible. I stand in between. I don't see myself as a gate. I remain humble. I'm something smaller. A hatch. Okay, well, it's not an egg, it's an ocean. So, this was obviously written by Hatch. And he's talking to Paul. Or maybe Adore. Yeah, exactly, right? Because this is kind of there's, we talked about this before, but Hatch and Door, they are both so similar in like their mysterious ways. Obviously Hatch seems kind of brutal and kind of, he's, you know, has killed a lot of people, has done things really badly. But they both seem to be like traveling through times and stuff, and also like traveling to time and space, I guess. And their names are Hatch and the Door. Like, hello, they're both things you open. I don't know. Yeah. Hey, Blackie, welcome in. So, this is very interesting. Now we know what's up with Mr. Hatch. He somehow found a time machine in a cave? This is so out of nowhere. He found a time machine in a cave. And he turned into a shifter. Like, everywhere all at once, he's just kind of floating. And somehow, thanks to the end of time, he managed to find a way to contain himself. And I guess the eye drops that he keeps taking makes him maybe able to exist in a solid form for a while. But this is very strange because... Wait, so he is a shifter and his plan... So we never knew what his plans was. Yeah, maybe it was a vault, you're right. Found it in a vault. Sounds like the kind of stuff Vault-Tec would do. I'm wondering if it's something to do with like... Well, it seems obviously that he has his own agenda, and his agenda is to... What? He thinks that the world is gonna become... So he doesn't seem to want to fight the world turning into timeless. Right? He is just... What did he... Where did he say that? I strive for humility even as I shift this world from one state to another. I will make this possible. So he basically thinks that, oh yeah, the whole world should become shifters. And we will all live in this timeless place. Whereas Paul is like, we don't want it to turn into a timeless place. We want humanity to exist as it always has. So that makes Hatch maybe not necessarily like... Maybe he still had he wanted what was best for humanity, but he thought the best way was to give in to the changes and that everybody exists in a floating state. But that feels also like... he has still gotten there through very violent means. Right? The note sounded surprisingly unsinister to me. Thank you, Treasure Core. This was a good way of putting it, because I agree. Hatch doesn't seem like evil mega bad guy, but he definitely has some really bad means of going about his thing. If he's just running around like killing everybody at Monarch. But now it makes sense then that he doesn't want this. He doesn't want Monarch to succeed because Monarch is working towards not making end of time happen, whereas Hatch want the end of time to happen. But yeah, exactly. How silly is it of Paul to hire a man with no past, though? This is what it becomes weird to me as well, Croissant. Like, what happened? Did he manage to like travel through time and get some good work references, or like sell himself in really nicely? Yeah, still disagree with the pretty ruthless murdering, exactly. Even though we have also been killing a bunch of Monarch personnel, it feels like maybe that wasn't great.
We have a mission. Prep the chopper.
Ready to lift off in 15, sir. What's the profile?
Full tactical complement. And we're going to need a tech squad for assembly. I'll brief them on the way.
Copy that. Good hunting, sir.
That was Clarice. I thought Clarice was working with him, Mr. Hatch. That makes me wonder, does she just like the idea? Did he tell her? He's like, yeah, the time is ending and everybody's gonna be floating in space. Timeless beings. Does that sound good? And she was like, yeah, let's go. Or does she not know that? We're obviously not gonna be time floaters because Clarice is interviewing us. Well, maybe we haven't turned yet. Uh-oh. Sitting down. To write. At a typewriter. Who's calling?
My office alarm went off. Is that you skulking around, Jack?
Fuck you.
Oopsie.
I'm done playing games. I'm here for what you stole.
Yes, of course.
The CFR. If you understood just how much depended on that, you'd leave it alone. But I know you don't care.
You're right. I don't. And it looks like you're not here to stop me.
Yes. Yes, everything will play out as it has to play out. I'll see you very soon, Jack.
What? As it has to play out. Does he still know what's happening? He's becoming triangles! Bradbury swimming pool. Uh-oh.
I'm done dancing your tune, you crazy bastard.
Ooh, what did we do? Are we gonna go through the time machine? Wait, this is the computer. What did he do? From Paul to Clarice. Final instructions. Clarice, as you know, I have a mission to embark on, so I'll try to be brief. I've initiated the lifeboat protocol over Martin's objections. Given how things have developed since then, I'm glad I did. I don't fully understand Martin's motives, but it's obvious he's moving against me, and against the entire survival plan itself. Yeah, because he wants everybody to be floaties, right? I know you have worked closely with him, and I know that this must come as a shock. I don't think so. It's also alarming that in evading capture, Martin took out an entire security team. For an unarmed man who's ostensibly not combat trained, that should be impossible. Obviously, this is highly alarming news. I don't know if he had help, or if there is even more to Martin that we have come to suspect. But he's had free reign over this company for a long time, and he's extremely resourceful. And persuasive. It's not clear to me who I can trust at this point. But I'm gonna tell you everything, Clarissa. Immediata, welcome in! You're lurking, but finally able to type. Yay! The journal reading discovery was the absolute best. Immediata, thank you so much for hanging out here, lurking and listening while we have been reading journals and going through all of those different things. Thank you for being here, Immediata. I hope you're having a lovely Wednesday. Welcome in. Hi. Hi and hey and hello. Ah, you just smacked my arm to the table. Okay, I'm trying to put my arms down a little bit. Okay. Okay. But I know I can depend. Oh gosh. The fact is, like, it's not clear to me who I can trust at this point. And Clarice knows stuff about Martin. Alright. But I know I can depend on you. Can he? I trust that you will see things through in my absence and ensure the shutterproofing stays up. In particular, I would appreciate if you would ensure that Dr. Amaral stays safe in the lifeboat. She's been through a lot during the past 24 hours, and she still managed to make her way back to us and bring vital intel. Thank you for your loyal service, Clarice. It has always been appreciated. From Paul. Okay.
Ah! That was just a couple of minutes between stutters. The countermeasure was Paul's prize.
That was a couple
Everything
of minutes?
he built was based on Will's
That was like half an hour.
His plan depended on it. You better believe I look forward to taking it from him.
That was like half an hour, chat.
Only one of Serene's treatments survived the explosion. His time was running out.
So was everybody else's.
All time was expiring. Hello, there's supposed to be a collectible here. Yeah. Oh. Chronon particle thing. Uh-oh. Email exchange from Sophia Amaral to Paul Serene about the time machine core. Let's start from the start. This was emailed yesterday. Never mind, it started October 7th. Paul, we've now finalized the plans for acquiring and transporting the time machine core from the university lab. Your instructions are quite clear. We won't actually move in until your younger self has entered the machine. And the men will try to take the Joyces alive, with the understanding that Jack Joyce in particular could be a threat, and neither can be allowed to escape under any circumstances. Wow! This is the start of the game! Well, before the start of the game. We're talking about the start of the game. I'm still quite uncomfortable with all this, Paul. I understand your reasoning, and I know the stakes are high, but I don't want to see anybody hurt. It's antithetical to my role as a scientist, and I wish you'd reconsider. Surely there's a better way to resolve this. Moral implications aside, the loss of Dr. Joyce's expertise alone would be a great blow. Oh, she didn't want William to die. Okay, but Sophia Amaral, I feel like she's a nice person. Maybe. If everything goes smoothly and quietly, we will transport the core directly to the Monarch Tower via ground route. If there is commotion and it seems there are any risks of detection, we will instead airlift the core to our dry docks operation, and then move it discreetly from there to the HQ. The construction of the new time machine frame at the top of Monarch Tower has been finished since last year. Really? Once we have received the core, it will be installed into the machine, per your orders. I know you don't intend to use it, but even with the limitations the nature of time travel imposes on us, I have to say it seems like a great waste to not take advantage of such a resource, both from a strategic and a scientific point of view. Dr. Sophia Amaral, Head of Research. Okay, now we have a question. If they built a new time machine on top of here, do we think that us scribbling the correct things that makes it not break? Could that have bigger implications? Because now they were like, oh, we found a solution to this whole problem that made everything break. Maybe? Fingers crossed. That would be really nice if we had a bigger implications that the fact that we solved the equation on that whiteboard. Hopefully. Not sure. Okay. Paul responded with, Oi, Sophia, I understand why you would feel that way, but this isn't something I take lightly. It's my experience that time travel only complicates things, and while my own trip through time has given us great opportunities, it's also set me on this path. I want to control it, not use it. That said, I want to have the machine ready to use for emergencies. My foreknowledge of future events will end very soon, and it might prove to be useful to have the option of obtaining more detailed information from the future. Obviously, given that the furthest you could go back is the machine's activation at the university, visiting the past seems fairly useless. No, we're gonna do that! I really still think that we're gonna go back in time. Maybe we can even save our brother. I really hope so. Also, ensure that the machine is heavily guarded at all times. Nobody is allowed to operate the machine beside myself, and I want the corridor to remain undeployed. Undeployed. Unless I give specific orders to the contrary. I kept thinking underemployed. As for the Joyce brothers, I intend to give William the option of joining us, if possible, but I know him. He's a very stubborn and unstable man, and I don't know if we could ever trust him. I don't need to remind you that he built in that ridiculous little workshop, with very limited resources, a device that broke the local physics at ground zero and caused my Chronon syndrome. I don't intend to give him a chance to show us what else he could do if he decides that we are a target. That, along with the visions I've seen, there are certain sentimental reasons that make me wish I could let William live, but I doubt that he makes it possible for us. As for Yak, I'm not too worried about him. It took me a long time to master my abilities, so Yak shouldn't be a major problem, unless he manages to use stutters to escape the area. Luckily, stutters should be very rare in these early stages of the fracture. Oh, that's what he thought back in 2 days ago. 1 day ago. A lot of things have happened in 24 hours in this game. Still, I've come too far to take any chances. I prefer to take him alive, but nothing can be allowed to put our plan at risk. I'm sorry you have to involve you in something like this. I know it's not what you signed up for, and as I said, I don't expect you to be personally involved with that party of the operation in any way. I'm not particularly happy about this part myself, and I wish I had better options. But our circumstances are as they are, and I've come too far to falter now. I hope you understand. ... Should one koof yours? What is a koof? The true historical significance of koof genes may have yet to be seen. Yeah, exactly, no saving throw. We never know. We don't know. Until time. I guess koofs at the bottom of his pants leg. Oh, it's where if you have them like that, when you walk around in outdoors, you get like sand and stuff landing in there, right? It's like your little dirt pocket. It's very inconvenient. Very inconvenient. Like grass and other plants just end up in there. Yeah. Not a great way of wearing pants out of like convenience. But if your pants are too long, I guess you have no choice. Dirt comes home with you from a mountain adventure, exactly, yeah. The whole half the mountain is brought home in your pants. Okay, 2 pound from Sophia. This is an hour later. Paul, yes, of course, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to add to your burden, and I know that these are hard decisions. You can count on us to proceed as planned. I know you're exceptionally busy now that the time is almost upon us, but I was hoping you'd have time for dinner? From Dr. Sophia Morale, Head of Research. Wow. Sophia, please update me on our progress. Wait a minute, is this an entire day later? She got ghosted! Aww. He asked about dinner and he just says a day later. Update me on our progress with the time machine core relocation. Where are we with this? Thank you. Oh, she liked him. Spiffy. Is that the word? We look spiffy? We look spiffy in our 2 long pants. I don't know what that word means, but it sounds great, immediata. Proudly sook, yeah. Poor Sophia. Okay. Paul, don't worry about it. We're on schedule. Your time machine core from the university has been transported to the HQ, and it's currently being installed into the new time machine frame we built for it. You'll have direct access to it from the CFR chamber, as requested. And no, before you ask, you can't actually access the CFR chamber from the time machine. That elevator can only be activated from within the chamber, so no one working on the machine can get to the CFR. I thought you'd appreciate that layer of added security. I know how important it is to keep the CFR safe. Anyway, I know you don't actually intend to use the time machine, but should you ever need it, all we need to do is deploy the corridor. It is actually all hooked up now, but we're still running some final diagnostics. The text should be ready with it before the gala is over. They're still running some final diagnostics, meaning that maybe they added the new things. Maybe they added the new things that we scribbled on the whiteboard. I'm so hoping for that. That painting, is this graffiti made by what's her name? Can't even get to it. There. Skålchampi! Oh. We found all the chronosources. Yeah. Full of speef and dripping with it. Oh, it's like we're looking snazzy. Is it snazzy? Yeah, Erica, exactly. Also known as Beth. Beth Erica.
Paul spent a long time running Monarch in secret. Probably didn't help with that whole disconnected from reality thing.
Serene surface. Reflections on the end. Okay, here we go. Time for reading Serene's diary. So, a lot of people say that this game is too short. They were like, this game is short. Those people who thought that it was too short clearly didn't take the time to go through all of the stuff. The stuff that, to me personally, has actually made the game so good. All of the readable things have added, I keep saying this, but they've added so much stuff. So much heart, so much lore, so much depth into the game's story. There's like 2 novels worth of text in this game. I agree, yeah. Yeah. Aquafolks, hi! Long time no see. Thank you for coming in. I hope you are doing well. Happy Wednesday. Thanks for coming by. Happy New Year also. Is it still okay to say that? We're like 2 weeks into the... No, not 2 weeks. Almost 2 weeks soon. Can we still... How long can we stay Happy New Year? Okay, here we go. Reflections on the end. I wish my memories about the end of time were clearer. But it was anything but a clear time in my life. And the world was such a jumble, a frozen mess of different timelines crashing together. I was running for my life the whole time, trying to avoid the shifter. Oh, and Beth, I guess. Not an ideal state of mind for gathering intel. And it didn't help that she kept chasing me. Okay, here we go. Trying to kill me. Beth Wilder. One of my own people. It was her all along. Even then, trapped in the end of time, as little as I understood about what was going on, I could tell she wasn't like me. That she didn't have the powers I did. I knew she had some kind of technology that kept her going in that suspended hell. Of course, I had no idea it was a device I would eventually have my people develop. The harness! I suppose I should appreciate the irony that it was her chronon harness, my own chronon harness, that it gave me the idea for the lifeboat protocol. The idea that our technology could let humanity survive the end of time. I suppose I have to thank her for that. And she paid for her sins in the end. What sins? Just trying to fight him? But she left her mark on me. I know the time to pay for mine is approaching quickly, but not just yet. Back then, when Wilder and I played our game of cat and mouse at the end of time, if I'd had an ounce of the control over my powers that I do now, things would have turned out very differently between the two of us. She was strong and had the training, and I was young and weak and scared. Even so, my abilities gave me an edge. I was lucky she didn't have the full striker gear. She was the one with the upper hand. I didn't learn to properly control my abilities until much later. In those days, they were unpredictable and operated on instinct. Control didn't come easy. I can't help but be aware that this doesn't seem to be the case for Yak. His mastery is growing by leaps and bounds. Is it just because that's the way he's always been? Fast on his feet? Bold and adaptive? Or is the fracture affecting him too? I thought we could contain him. It cost us dearly. It's not a mistake I will make again. Oh. You know someone named Mark? What? Mark? I think I know a couple of people named Mark too. Oh, can we look at all of them? Or is this just one thing? Go over here again, like we did here.
17 years
Yeah.
he lived through twice. All of it mapped out, from memory.
He knew the market trends before they occurred. He had the tools to make a fortune, and he did.
Is Mark named used in Sweden? It is used, but I don't know if it is considered like a Swedish name. We probably stole it from some other country. But I know a Mark. I know about several Marks, but all of them I feel like have not Sweden. There's Mark from Finland, there's Mark from Germany. Maybe it's a name common in many countries. And Bounce and Leaps. Hey, Hazel, welcome. Hey, sorry. Hi, Hazel. Okay. 2022. Oh, snap. This is almost now.
Paul told me that he tried to change things. Failed. What he'd seen, it broke him. And I'd seen Beth go down the same path, but Paul... it consumed him.
True. From Sophia to Paul. Okay, let's see if this is a response to anything. No, it wasn't. Okay. To Paul Serene. And the Hatch, I guess. Looks like they are both on the pictures. Yeah. Paul, Martin. Wait, September 30th? So this was a whole week before the end of time. No, before everything happened, the game. Not sure pure Mark would be Finnish names. Marcus is more like... Yeah, Marcus is what we would say in Swedish too. But Mark... Well, maybe the Finnish people who are called Mark, they all is actually called Marcus or Marco. Hey, Marco! Marco! It might just be nicknames. Like, what about Mark Levengood? Is his name actually Marco, maybe? Maybe. Marco or Marcus? Maybe it's just a shortening. Sophia Moral's picture looks like she's seen some serious stuff. Yeah. I wonder where they took these pictures. If this is like when he got hired and Charlie was like... Marky Bark. Oh, is he named Marcus? Interesting. My brain really struggles with the concept of end of time. Yeah, but I love it. No, I don't love that your brain struggles. I love my brain struggle. I love being mind blown about it all. Sorry. Bekara, welcome in. Okay. Paul, Martin. I know you're both been arguing that the quantum ripple causality research subdivision has great potential and that we should keep it funded. I must once again implore you to reconsider. I'll be the first one to admit that the technology is impressive. The fact that doctors, Morphin and Rangers can actually track the consequences rippling out from minor shift within the Mayor Joyce field is incredible. Wait, is that the ripples we have been seeing? That we just went through in our timeline, maybe? It's incredible, and the level of informational detail they managed to obtain is amazing. But here's the thing. They've been at this for 2 years now, and they have not produced a single useful result. Yes, we can trace actual events from their small inception point to the actual consequences, very much in keeping with the basic chaos theory concept of the butterfly flapping its wing. But, well, so what? Every single thing that happens in this universe is the result of such a chain of events. Being able to see the chain offers no real insight to anything due to the very randomness of the process. Furthermore, it is utterly misleading. You could say that some tiny event or tiny decision in my life yesterday led to me writing this email. And that's technically true, but so did some tiny event or tiny decision in my life 15 years ago. It's all a chain. The event yesterday didn't take place in a vacuum. It didn't come out of nowhere. So what's the point? We have no control over it. We don't get to direct it, and we get no useful information out of it. Also, have you actually seen the reports they generate? From a technological point of view, the way they manage to automate their analysis of the fluctuation signatures within the Mayor field is impressive. But again, it's all meaningless babble with no practical applications. Their personal remarks on the reports are even worse. With all due respect to Ron and Terry and their indisputable technical expertise, I don't know what they're doing, and I'm not sure they do either. It's like they're coming up with stuff at random. It's funny. So the Ron and Terry, they were the people, but I thought Terry was spelled with an I. It was in another document. These are the two people that we've been reading earlier when we took a break and read all the diaries. Yeah, exactly. The people arguing on the Ripple document. Exactly, Trishikori. There's been less than 2,600 first names as Mark registered in Finland. Oh, wait, can you see can anybody Google Mark Levengood? I don't know if you know about him in Finland. In Sweden, Mark Levengood is like one of our biggest celebrities. And he's from Finland. I don't know if his name is actually Mark or if he's Marco or Marcus and he just calls himself Mark for short. Okay, the above outlines my concerns as to the futility of the entire process, and I suspect that may not be enough to sway you. But I have one final point, which I think you should consider very, very carefully. The entire program is an unforgivable waste of Monarch resources. I don't mean money, although the entire quantum ripple causality research subdivision is costing us millions and millions of dollars, but that doesn't really matter, because I know we can afford that. However, there's a more vital resource they are consuming. Each time they fire up the rig and delve into the Mayor Joyce field, they eat up a huge amount of chronon particles. Those are a finite resource, and as you know, we are projecting that the ground zero's yield will rapidly diminish as the fracture takes hold, which will happen very soon. You may not understand what the real impact of this is, so let me put it to you in practical terms. Every single time they detect and analyze a quantum ripple, it costs us a week of potential lifeboat runtime, minimum. Given Monarch's primary purpose and the total lack of useful results, I believe that's a luxury we cannot afford. I recommend shutting them down immediately, or at the latest during our next reorg. We can reallocate the resources to something useful and put Ron and Terry's expertise— wait, now Terry's with an I. Ron and Terry's expertise into great use designing the lifeboat. I'm sure we wouldn't regret putting them to work on that, given their track record of working with Chronon Tech. Good night, Michael. Take care. Night night. Night night. Mark Copter? Yeah, that's probably his real name. Mark Topper. I thought he said Mark Copter. Yes. Mark Copter. Mark Levengood. Finnish journalist. Well, also he's called Mark. Interesting. Swedish-speaking Finn who grew up in Helsinki. Interesting. I didn't know he was born in the United States. Ow. Interesting. Okay, so he's called Mark. But if he was born in the US, maybe he has one American parent that said, hey, let's name him Mark. That could be it also. Right. Question about Marks existing in in Finland still stands. I'm sure I wouldn't regret putting them to work on that, given their track record of working with Chronotech. From Sofia Amaral. Okay. Interesting. And we picked this up, but it didn't give us a thing. Wait, we have to go to every single one of them? They're all yellow. But we looked at them all when we were playing as Paul. Okay, nothing else here, nothing else here. Nothing else here. I wonder if there's something with these paintings that like I don't get right now, but they kind of do make sense or show us something. We'll go in here. What is happening? Oh, we went here before, remember? Past this thing here?
Paul was a powerful man, the leader of an empire. But behind the veil, he was a dying man. The signs were clear.
He's so scary. There are less than 10 current surnames registered for Levengood. Oh, really? 10? Oh, yeah. Wow, what is that in chat? A link to a form you can fill in if you want to join the mod squad? What? Come sell your soul. I mean, come join a group of fun times. Yay! Link in chat. Exclamation mark mode. Thank you, dig up.
Dr. Amaral was the one thing keeping Paul alive, but reading through their exchanges, there was something more than professional going on.
Yeah.
That's not my place to comment on.
They were more than friends. AKC times 100? Exactly. I mean, what? Sophia's personal notes. October 9th, 2 p.m. I find myself at a loss. We knew that the fracture would arrive. It was clear very quickly that the process was occurring much faster than Paul's predictions. His experiences had led us to believe. That was alarming in itself. But there's another concern. With the fracture, Paul's conditions seem to be accelerating rapidly. I don't know what to do about either of these issues. I haven't had a chance to examine Paul properly, and of course he won't consent to any real test at this point. He won't take the time, not with the situation being as critical as it is. He has to prepare for the gala, to take care of every little stupid thing Martin trots out for him. He won't think of himself at all, and I'm afraid that'll cost us dearly. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But I believe this acceleration is a reaction to the stutters in time. In zero state, his wave function is further disrupted by the excessive chronon energies in his body. Before the university incident, before the fracture, the condition was progressive, but controllable. The lack of stutters helped keep it in check. Now, its progress is rampant, and I'm worried that it may reach a critical point soon. We always knew that was a possibility, but all of our projections assumed we would have years, time enough to come up with a cure, or a way to stop its progress. Which means there's a very real chance that in the near future, Paul's condition overtakes him. And if he does become a shifter, I don't know what to do about it. We haven't been able to help Dr. Kim. I don't know what we could do for Paul. I don't know what to do. The treatments are still working, but they take a toll on him, and their effects are greatly diminished. I'm concerned we may hit a point where he's forced to use them so often that the treatment becomes worse than the condition itself. And yet, I don't see any other options. He will not rest. He insists on doing so much. I know he chafes under his dependence on the treatments. He sees it as a weakness. I'm afraid I may lose him. Okay, but listen up, yo. What about, hear me out. What about, now that Paul is dead, never mind, not Paul. Now that Martin Hatch is dead, he's probably not dead. He'll stab in the eyeball, and the eyeball is what he always uses to use his chrono stuff. I wonder if that means something. Anyway, we know that Martin Hatch is able to do bloop, 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 and he managed to be in like a solid state. So what if he can just like use those things? What if Paul can just take eye drops and he will be fine too? Right? What? He knows I'm coming? There is another we will travel in time and go in there. No. I didn't know he would say it.
Rick.
I thought we were gonna be in here, another one.
Look, you have to realize you're not gonna keep me from the CFR.
Oh no.
You look like you're in shape for this.
Oh yeah, he's still shot. He's still shot. No!
Have it your way.
Liam, I don't want to kill you.
Of course he's gonna flush the fucking things.
Oh no, but we won't kill him. We will just destroy his thingamabob on his... Oh, this is not great. I'm gonna die. I need to turn off the beeping thing. How do I turn it off? How do I turn this off? Bro, I can't do anything. I'm so vulnerable. I can't use my power for anything. Can I go out here? No, nothing there. I'm gonna die then. How do I destroy that thing? Usually we're able... Oh, hey! Oh, oops. Do I just have to fight with my own weapon here? No powers or anything. What? I'm fighting without powers. I would love it if we don't have to kill him. That would be great. That would be really great. You just have to fight him with bullets. I can shoot the thing on his back, maybe. I'm trying to shoot the thing on your back. I'm sorry. I keep hitting your head. The problem is that I cannot heal and I cannot shield myself since I don't have the powers. I do wonder if there is a way to get rid of that. Maybe not. I'm so sorry, Liam. I really don't want to do this, but I think you leave me no choice. And I guess I leave him no choice either, because he just said, like, he was like, Emily, which is his wife, right? So he's fighting, he's doing this for Emily. But I wish he would have listened to Charlie, because Charlie was like, bro, listen, if you protect that thing, you will save Emily. If you let me take this countermeasure, we will save everyone, not only Emily, but also everybody else. Whoa, is he okay? Ow! The thing on his back is starting to splutter. Wait, I'm not dying! Stop it! I'm the main character! I can't die! Ow. Excuse me! Chat, this is Raid. Oh, I could jump. I was stuck in a corner. I forgot jumping is not part of our superpowers. I'm trying to see if there's a door somewhere that we can open. Maybe there is like cables. Cables to turn off the machine that goes boom boom. I'm trying to shoot on your back. Don't take it personal. I'm saving the world and all that. I'd love if I didn't have to shoot him. Proceeds to shoot him in that. Listen. Oh! He kind of has his head in the way. I'm trying to reach the thing on his back. Bro! Chill out. I'm dying. Everything is black and white. That means I'm dying. You need to chill out now. I'm potato aiming. This is so hard to fight in the game without your superpowers. When you learn to fight with your powers, and suddenly you have to fight like a normal person. It's very silly. You're missing like all the fighting mechanics in the game. I don't think they're supposed to be spin like that, by the way. It looks like when you play Counter-Strike and somebody's having... Sometimes people did spin bots, where they just spin around and shoot everywhere, and it like made them able to... Like they hacked, they cheated in the game, but they spun around and made them able to shoot at everyone in all directions. Maybe that's what they're doing. Spin hacking. Spin botting. A long fight. Broski, can I chill? What if I just go inside the room with the count? No, all the doors are closed. There's not really much we can do here, I think, other than just keep fighting him. And eventually break his backpack. It's kind of broken as is right now. What? You see how broken it is? Doesn't look like it has much left. Ooh, please, I don't want to die now. Go down. Ow! It's unfair, he's too fast. Ban Liam. Yeah, Liam. You need to be a little nicer. You cannot just fight on the wrong side of history like this. I just shot him in the head, I'm sorry. I've been trying to not aim for his head. Maybe I should just aim at anything. Oh no! Did he die? Please. Oh, it's just his suit. Good. Leave him alone now. I can't believe he fought so well when he was already shot. Let him shield, let him shield.
Don't do it, man. Just stay down.
Don't do it. Don't shoot.
You. I've got too much writing on this.
No.
You're not going anywhere.
Gonna get over here immediately, just in case. Oh, and now it's just down. How convenient. Okay, Liam is still not dead, chat. Phew. At least one side character is still alive. For now.
Seeing that face put it into perspective. They were all misled. Manipulated to believing they were doing what was right.
Yeah.
What was necessary.
Wait, but what if we are, though?
Made his choice.
Liam Burke was an unnecessary casualty. One of way too many.
He died? Unnecessary casualty, they say, and a month from now? He died. nice. Oh, look, it's that toolbox that everybody has. Classic. Can I go in here? Is there anything to look at? Laptops.
The lifeboat revolved around the countermeasure.
Game, please.
He knew Will would try to take it back. That's why he was killed. He knew I'd try to do the same eventually.
Clearly, he was right.
From Lauren McStevenson. Read me right now. CFR procedures. Do lifeboat maintenance. Okay. We recognize some of those faces. Right? Okay. People. This is the September 29th. So this is like a week before everything happened. Almost. People. Because there seems to be a certain lack of clarity about what is appropriate for someone to enter the about when it's appropriate for someone to enter the CFR chamber and mess with the chrono field regulator, and because I just had to fire Kevin Yaneway because he did the exact thing, let me remind you of the approved CFR procedure. You do not touch the CFR. Period. I may touch the CFR because I'm the lead technician in charge of it. Dr. Sofia Amaral may touch the CFR because she's our head of research and she knows what she's doing. Mr. Paul Serene may touch the CFR because he's Paul flipping Serene and it's his CFR. Nobody else touches the CFR! Dab. Don't lick the CFR. What did Lauren just say? On occasion, some enormously lucky individuals who have been personally trained by me and are proven to be very, very dependable and incredibly good at their jobs, who don't have a track record of trying to enter the CFR chamber like paint-huffing imbeciles because they just wanted to take a closer look at it, and who have remembered to bribe the lead technicians in charge of the CFR with Tom Waits tickets, may be given written instructions to perform specific procedures on the CFR. That will be a great honor and a sign of significant degree of trust, and those people should be accorded all professional respect and appropriate degree of brown-nosing and or passive-aggressive display of envy by their peers. Or, to put it another way, you do not touch the CFR unless you want to join Kevin in the how to stop being an arrogant dumb poop who jeopardized the only hope for future of the entire human race because his mansplaining but thought what the CFR really needed was a random dude who knew better. Self-improvement course down the unemployment office, which I'm sure is where we all believe he was escorted to by those armed men. Wow. There are no exceptions to this. The entire lifeboat protocol depends on the CFR being present, properly connected and functioning normally. You do not want to jeopardize this. This is bigger than any of us, and we are not here to mess around. Lauren McStevenson, lead CFR tank. Whoa. Lauren is having taken no craps. I did my Duolingo today. Yeah, everybody done their Duolingos? Remember to keep your streaks. All sucking up to try too hard to please someone, especially someone in a position of authority in a way that other people find unpleasant. Oh. Okay.
They'd stockpiled all the chronon particles from ground zero to keep the lifeboat running.
Okay.
Enough to hopefully last until a proper solution was discovered.
Chronon particle stockpile update from Sophia to lifeboat maintenance. Everyone, please be advised that we are now at a point. Wait, this is October 9th. This is now. No, today, yesterday in the game. Please be advised that we are now at a point where lifeboat activation may occur. Okay, it didn't occur yet. Accordingly, I have ensured that preparations are underway for activation. As part of that, what chronon particle stores still remain at the ground zero harvesting operation are being moved to the headquarters and placed into the master chronon particle repository, ready to be placed under CFR's control. Please be aware that what we have managed to accumulate until this point is very likely to be all the chronon particles we have ever have access to. Due to the fracture's effect on the Mayor-Joyce field, the ground zero anomaly is showing definite signs of weakening. As a result, the chronon particle yield decreases drastically and will soon drop to baseline. While we will obviously continue more traditional chronon particle harvesting operations in order to maximize our stockpile, we all need to recognize that sourcing them outside of ground zero conditions is extremely inefficient. Or, in plain terms, unless we find another source of chronon particles, and I don't believe we will, what we have now is all we will ever have. Please be aware that all use of chronon technology eats into our limited resources, and while we of course recognize that we need to have our strikers and other soldiers operate in stutters, each operation undertaken will eat away at our stockpile and, in very real terms, cost us days of lifeboat runtime. Accordingly, we have to plan all use of this technology closely and choose our battles carefully. That said, we should also realize that the ongoing situation with Yakyos constitutes an emergency and will most likely require unconventional chronon particle investment. Just the same, we should be aware of the cost. I expect to see projected chronon particle consumption rates for the foreseeable future and simulations of how long our stockpile will last, adjusted for all the scenarios we have discussed. See our last meeting minutes in our next Monday meeting. Wow, so much for that Monday meeting. We're screwed. That's not happening anymore. Monday meeting. Also, Hairless, thanks for breaking lurk to say hi. She needs to take fiber if she's taking no craps. Yeah, maybe that's what Lauren was missing. Maybe. I made an app that tracks when I don't do my Duolingo, and I'm conflicted about which streak to extend. Pirkabar! Wait, you mean tracking when you don't do it? To see like if there's a reason why you sometimes forget? That's funny. No Monday meeting! Yay! We can sleep in! Wow, 17 out of 18 narrative objects found. And the last one is in there. This is the end of the act, chat. Well, act 1...
Fiona.
Part 1, I guess.
The CFR chamber. Door's locked.
That's way above my access level. But since my friend disabled security earlier, I should be able to do this.
Wait, are we gonna...
I
Hello?
don't really know what the plan is, but it's all up to you now. Good luck.
Are we gonna find Charlie dead in here? And also...
It was like walking into a shrine. This was their holy relic.
Hatch? Uh-oh. Hang on. It's gonna be flashbang. Watch your eyes. I said that a little too late. 92% discovered of Monarch HQ. Wait, part resume point. How is there still like a third of the part 1 left? Documents, 56 out of 61, 45, 21. 85% game completion. Part 4, part 3, part 2, part 1. How many parts are there? Sometimes there's only part 1 and part 2. Part 3, part 2, part 1. Part 1, part 2. 87. We have a lot of 100%ed areas. Oh, 77. Chronon sources. I'm just trying to see if there is a way to figure out. That was a lot of chronon sources. That was 4 of them. That would be 50 now. I love the flashbang gif. Yeah, right? It is pretty good. The 2, 3. Okay, ever since we got the hang of how the game works, we haven't missed a lot. 52. So there should be at least Act 5 Part 2 after this one, right? Monarch paperweight with note. Locked diary. Locked diary.
There'd been some kind of struggle in the chamber.
Charlie!
I didn't know the details. Somebody cleaned it up.
A man named Charlie Wincott. I believe he chose to take a stand. Unfortunately, it ended badly for him.
Mm-hmm. Well, it seems to be that kind of work environment.
Oh no! If we had chose the other path, Charlie would have probably been still alive. And he would have been working with Jack. I'm a little sad because as much as we disliked Charlie in the start, he really grew on me. And I kind of feel bad now. Eggman Charlie, he died it! He died as a hero last stream. Okay, personal notes on the CFR. Dr. Henry Kim? January 5th, 2011. Whoa! Okay. This thing feels like a conundrum wrapped in a puzzle. It's an incredible piece of technology, and I feel like we're only scratching the surface of what it can do. And we have already learned so much. I thought I had a good understanding of the intricacies of chronon particles and their practical application before. Now, I realize that I've still got a great deal to learn. So, I must say that I think they claimed that this was Dr. Henry Kim's doing, this machine. But in reality, it was Powell who stole it in 2010, right? And now they credited it to Dr. Kim, I think. Charlie's got this in the bag. Toyu, too soon. Too soon. The chronofield regulator, as I've decided to call it, is a little miracle. How such a small device can do so much is beyond me. I know it taps into the Mayor Joyce field, but I don't know how. My experiments just show it can do it. It can also manipulate the field. I wish I knew how. Still, the mechanics of its operation give me ideas. New avenues of thought I've been trying to find for such a long time. The task that I've been set by Mr. Serene has, frankly, stumbled me for years. Knowing that what we observe as the passage of time is just a result of chronon particles being constantly generated within the Mayor Joyce field is a simple fact that I've been aware of for a long time. But being able to manipulate those particles in a meaningful way, well, that's another question. The mechanics of the situation are clear, almost frustratingly so. In a zero-state environment, there are no chronon particles, and thus time is frozen. The idea of artificially floating an area with chronon particles to enable the passage of time is an obvious solution. But actually finding a way of doing that? That's something else. Not only are chronon particles incredibly difficult to source, so obtaining enough to actually stutter-proof an area for any time longer than a fraction of a second has always seemed impossible. Perhaps, even more importantly, the mechanism of manipulating the particles in a way that would actually allow me to define a certain volume of space as stutter-proofed has constantly eluded me. Well, Ground Zero has solved the former problem for us. We're almost up and running, and very soon we will have the ability to harvest chronon particles at useful rates. We will be able to build a truly formidable stockpile of them in the years to come. As for the latter problem, manipulating the chronon particles, that seems to be something the CFR does with ease. Its ability to tap into the Mayor Joyce field and effect changes in its topology is exactly what I need. Unfortunately, I don't know how it does it. I don't have a clue. And I don't know how to effectively control these effects. But my research into the practical effects of its operation has given me ideas for a different kind of chronon technology that works on a somewhat similar principle. Except, instead of tapping into the Mayor Joyce field, it generates a similar, localized field of its own, an artificial chronon particle field. And within that field, we can manipulate chronon particles at will. This means that we should be able to create stutter-proofing technology, allowing us to shield a certain area from the effects of zero state. And I believe I will be able to miniaturize technology to allow for personalized devices with the same effect. Oh yeah! Almost like an environmental suit of sorts, with a harness the user would wear to create a chronon field around his body. Never mind. Dr. Kim produced the harnesses and the tiny stuff they have on them, or the personalized cube that they showed off at the gala, I think, or online. That's what. But he didn't make this cube. This one, I don't know if they ever said where it came from. There are still many challenges here, one of which is that any significant volume of stutter-proofed space will incur an unacceptably high drain of chronon particles, which are a decidedly limited resource. Wow, sorry, I can't read. Obviously, with the lifeboat protocol requiring a large stutter-proofed area that we can maintain for years, quite possibly decades, this is a critical issue we have to solve, and Mr. Serene has made that quite clear to me. Frankly, even with Mr. Hatch backing me, the thought of disappointing Serene over this makes me quite anxious. I understand his concerns, and they are of course entirely founded, but the man's intensity is unnerving. In any case, I'm hopeful that I will figure out this problem soon. I'm hoping to be able to use the CFR itself to regulate the flow of chronon particles. Given its nature, I suspect it might be eminently suitable for such a role in the lifeboat project and cut down our chronon consumption rate by a great margin. My control of the CFR is limited, but this seems to be very basic functionality for it, so I'm optimistic that I can do it. Is this the first time we're ever hearing about a note from Dr. Kim, by the way? He died very early, or got lost very early. We still don't really know exactly what happened, but maybe Mr. Hatch was like, yo, you wanna be living forever and in all times at the same time? And then he was like, or he pushed him into the time machine so he got exposed that way. I don't know. The Hatch making the Mr. Kim turning, Dr. Kim turning into a floater. What did we call them? The ones that are just roaming in the air. Him turning into one of those happened very early on, and I don't know. Shifter, thank you. I don't know if what that would have had. What Hatch would have wanted with making that happen. Unless Mr. Dr. Kim experimented on himself. That could be also it. Like, maybe Hatch had nothing to do with it. He just happened to be there and be like, yo, Dr. Kim, what's up? And Dr. Kim was like, don't disturb me. I'm about to turn into a blob now. Bye. Or something. We don't know. Hatch might have gotten innocently accused of that. But it was very sus that he was there. And he seems to be a shifter himself. So, probably not a coincidence. Anyway, I'm still looking into it, one thing at a time. We've already made great progress, and I will say that Mr. Serene has been quite complimentary with these successes, so I think he will give us the time we need. Well, it's not like he has a lot of choice in the matter. I'll be honest, the CFR is becoming a bit of an obsession for me. I wish I could just sit down and have that conversation and just ask those questions. How did he build it? What is it actually for? But I've been denied that opportunity. A part of me wants to open the CFR and see and get to the bottom of it. But the potential consequences terrify me. I've already seen what it can do if unleashed. Even worse, there's a possibility that I couldn't put it back together, and just the idea of making a mistake like that is a positively bowel-liquefying thought. Having to explain that to Mr. Serene? No thank you. So, as it is, I have only dared to open up a bit of the casing to get a rough idea of some of the engineering inside. It's amazing work, and it has certainly been a lesson in humility for me. I still have a lot to learn, but I'm a very fast learner, and this has to be the most important work anyone has ever engaged in the history of humanity. If we succeed on our mission, the world will not soon forget the name of Dr. Henry Kim. Doctor who? Oh, that was the last piece. Bowel liquefying. Yeah, add that to your laboratory, like vocabulary. Add that to your vocabulary and you will be sure. Locate all intel items. Oh, Charlie's badge! Data Samurai! Ooh. Does this mean that we got another... Oh, I'm so sorry. Another diary? Round 0. Serene's thoughts about William's device and killing Bess. Wait, did we get that one now? Or did we unlock both of these? Closed loops and survival. I think control was the last one we did, right? Let me see. Let me double check. Monarch collectibles. What did this lead? View diary.
September 5th, 1999.
Okay.
Again. I found a way back from the end of time through a second machine. I went back as far as it would send me. February 28th, 1999, with a simple goal.
Wait.
To use my knowledge of the past to protect us from the future I witnessed.
Didn't we already read this?
I've built a company from the ground up, invested in sure bets. We've made millions in mere weeks.
Listen to this.
And this is just the beginning.
Hi, Dr. Doctor.
I can use this knowledge to do great things. I can use it to guide us to a better future, to make the world a better place. And it's strange, living
also,
all
it's
this a
only
second
my left
time,
ear.
reliving it all from the shadows. I recognized a vagrant the other day. I know how he dies weeks from now.
Yeah, we heard this already. View intel. Maybe we accidentally pressed the wrong one. Yeah, because he said 1999 again, right? On Serene's plan. Okay, I think we got these ones now. Closed loop and survival and ground 0.
September 11th, 2001. It happened for the second time. I watched the planes hit.
Oh, this was
I
2001.
watched the towers fall. I did everything I could to prevent it. Took every precaution. I warned them. Time and again. And just like every other thing I've tried to change, I've failed. It can't be done. I'm living in a cycle that cannot be broken. And I know where it leads. I thought I could prevent the end of time.
United idiota.
I can't. But I can use this power to survive it. To ensure that when time ends, life doesn't. I'm refocusing Monarch's efforts. We'll develop technology to counter the effects of the fracture. We'll develop weapons to fight back against the enemies that will thrive there. I went back to William's workshop. The time machine is gone. He's working on a new device of some kind. I have no doubt she's involved somehow. So I need to keep my distance.
Yeah, she told him to build it.
I'll intervene when the time is right. I built an empire. It's time to put it to use.
Wow. Sorry, I thought it said September 2010, but it said September 11th, 2001. Okay. On Serene learning that he cannot change things and refocusing his plan. So he still thought he could change things, and that's when he kind of learned it too. Just like what's her name? Bess as well. Okay. And then July 11th. So this is a week or so after when he killed Bess on July 4th.
July 11th, 2010. A week ago, we retrieved a device from William's workshop. Dr. Kim believes it can be repurposed to develop our lifeboat protocol, the key to our survival. I killed her. The first sacrifice in the name of our mission. I could see in her eyes she would never fully accept what must be done. I pray that I never have to look in Jack's eyes and see the same thing. I'll make him understand. I'll make him see.
He thinks that he can make us... At the end of that one? Was a short one? He thinks he can makes us see what he means. Jack Joy's diary is still locked. There's still some more here, so there's still some interview that hasn't happened. Oh look! Complete Act 5, Part 3, Part 2, Part 1. So there are 3 parts of Act 5. That's really good to know, actually. I was kind of curious how much there was... How much more there was. And we found all of them, so it's only Jack's diaries that we haven't found all of. Okay, but this one we found all of the things for, so it should be ending. Okay, time to pick up the countermeasure! The one that everybody's trying to make us not take. That everybody wants to take. It's like a little toy.
It took 11 years for Will to build the countermeasure. Beth died for it. And I knew it could fix the fracture.
This fucking thing.
The problem was, I didn't have a clue how to use it. The only person who did
Pressing buttons.
was dead.
No!
But
Travel...
Monarch had a way of getting to him before that ever happened.
Jack!
The university time machine.
Travel back in time.
They've got the core here.
Save your brother.
Monarch had built their own time machine above the CFR chamber. That's where I needed to go.
Yeah.
You still believed you could go back and save your brother?
Yeah!
Yes.
Oh no, you still believed. Oh no, that was past tense. Or am I not gonna be able to go and save him? Or was it that, like, you believed that, and then it will happen? Maybe? We can totally do it. Right? Strange sound. We can totally do it, chat.
Paul took the core of the time machine from the university, hooked it up to his own machine. It was part of his sick desire for control, but that gave me one last shot at fixing things. I could go back, maybe get to Will before Paul killed him. And if I could get the countermeasure in Will's hands, maybe I could still turn everything around.
Oh, oh. Operation control, Chronon Tunnel Laboratory. Oh no, chat. Big fight. Big fight. Should
Core was
we...
set, the machine was prepped. I had to put the corridor in place.
When did it save? I didn't see the saving icon when I went up the elevator, so I'm slightly worried. I was looking for it. But then again, if we die now, would they have us redo everything? I don't think they would have us redo everything, would they? Wait, Adipose, you're familiar with the game, right? You played it? Oh, no? Okay, sorry. It sounded like you were like, yeah, this is the fight that was... I remembered. I was wondering if it did save here, or if we should do this fight and see how it goes. Do this fight and see how it goes. Or if it's best to, like... to finish up the... 100% discovered Monarch part resume point. See, this is what's so confusing. You see that part resume point is still like a super... See that little point? It's not down there. It's here. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Okay, let's give it one go, I guess. Okay. Just because I'm not sure how it worked.
Deploying the corridor. Phase 1 underway. Please clear all personnel.
Clear the area of enemies. Oh gosh. They were all waiting here? Okay, now we at least see where it's saved, right? Oh, it's saved right here. Oh, it says from when they... Oh, it's immediately a fight. Dang it, we don't get to start it again? Oh, shoot.
Of course.
Okay. But that guy. Is time slowing down and stopping? Oh no. Like his nemesis little red lines? Yeah, indeed. Okay, let's just make use of these explosive things that we see. Never mind, it's not explosives. It's time-stopping things. Wait, what happened with my... What happened with my heavy pistol? Why am I not having heavy pistol anymore? Why do I have regular pistol? Fine, I will guess I will just spray. Oh, there's my heavy pistol. Thank you. Time is definitely winding again. Yeah, definitely. There's somebody up there. We need to shoot him before he shoots us. Have I stopped time for him? Is he stopped in time? Why is he standing like that? Oh, he's stopped in time, so when time starts again, he's gonna... Ooh! He's gonna start shooting. Oh, and then they're gonna... Okay. All good. All good. Whoa! No, nope, nope, nope. How did he not die now? Didn't I stack up a bunch of bullets? Okay. He down, he down. Phase 1 completed. There's gonna be many phases. Phase 2 underway. That's fine. I don't have any shields. Where? Okay, this is gonna be a tricky. I don't know if this is fine. I think I'm gonna die again. Oh, I died from the sniper. I have a lot of bad guys. Yeah, I'm wondering if this is like... Okay, this is leaving a poop sandwich to myself. We're leaving a bit of a poop sandwich. But, oh no, but they're arriving. There's no, like, pause. Oh no.
Of course.
What do? I thought that guy would be chilling. Yeah, we're leaving a poop sandwich for herself next time if we leave it in the middle. Which is doable.
What?
Here, okay. Man down, casualty. Okay, I think as long as we like take them out and not get overwhelmed, I think it's doable. This is a good weapon. That affected him? That didn't even affect him? Hey Akash, welcome!
Finally.
Phase 3 underway. Oh, already. So I wish I had throwable things. Okay. Where? It didn't mean that you should throwable things on me.
Jeez. You serious?
Is that a person over there? No, it was an explosive. Okay. That's fine. Reloading! It's fine, chat. Got everything under control. We Gucci. Is there windows through everywhere? Oh no, this guy just arrived. I don't know if there are more snipers, but I hope there aren't. Whoa, this weapon is so good. Just camping here by the ammo. Okay, there's one more sniper up there. Don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you! Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do that. Heck yeah. Okay, there's one more over here. Wait, Champy, did that make a sound? I don't know if I heard that make a sound. Skull Champy! Still not saving emoji?
Oh, you're welcome, you very slow machine lady.
Yeah!
The machine was ready.
I come from IKEA land. I do, yeah. Okay, a lot of that. Is there any more ammo pouches? Maybe I should have ran and taken that before we leave. Whee! Wait, when he came out of the running, he's like... That one made a sound? Yeah, it did. Okay, travel back to the... Here, I presume this is when the act ends. How do I still have to activate it. Okay, chat, here goes nothing.
The earliest I could go back to was the time that the core was first activated. At the university.
Not much time to rescue your brother.
I didn't have a choice.
You
Going
better
back
be
in
as
time.
advertised.
Back to the future. Back to the past. We're doing it. Return to the University, Act 5, Part 2. Here we go. Oh yeah, but the problem with this is that... Okay, we're gonna see like a movie, but... Not a movie. We're gonna see like a little cutscene. But I think it doesn't save after that, so we have to rewatch it another time. That's fine. Return to the University. We're going back to the beginning. I love this. I love this because this is basically showing us... It's basically showing us the start of the game!
What's up, fellas?
Oh,
shit! See? Oh! Basically the start of the game. Everything is coming full circle. This is so cool, chat. It's so cool. Oh no, more fighties. More fighties!
HQ, we've got an intruder in the lab. Core extraction team is down, over? All of them? How? Joyce's! We're moving in. Open fire, but avoid damage to the core at all costs.
It said 1 minute after fracture. Whoa! Okay, this is so cool. We have been operating like ever further away. Now we're back to 1 minute. But the weird part is like how did we just like get out of it? Get out of the time machine without anybody seeing us? Okay, this is so cool. Chat, this is so neat. We have officially started Return to the University. I will say immediately that we're quitting the menu. That saved. Surely that must have saved. I didn't see the icon this time either, but maybe it saved so fast that I didn't see it, or maybe it didn't show up, but it did save. Surely at the chapter change, it did change. So, I'm so excited. This is like wrapping up the entire game by going back to the start where it all began. And I'm gonna quit the main menu. Because that means that it's a very good time for us to start next time. My eyes are burning. Yeah, I'm sorry. This got a very bright menu screen, this game. Very bright menu screen. That means that we can start immediately Act 5 Part 2 next time. And it seems like if we look at the timeline, if you look at this discovered part here, all of these, this is for the full game, right? And we have found almost all of everything. There's some chrono sources that we missed out on in previous chapters. But like based on this, we've read 57 out of 61 documents. I think we have missed a couple. Wait a minute. Look at this. Does this mean that there is basically nothing left of the game to read? We can just speed through the last acts, I think? Because we have missed a little bit of documents, maybe even 4 of them in total throughout the chapters. Media, we could have missed 2 in total. Chrono sources we have missed, I think we went back and counted and we missed like 10 in total. That would mean that there's a couple of more chrono sources left to get in this chapter so that we can level up. Other than that, it's just action. Yeah, so we're almost done with the game. I think this is great. I think this would be great then, because then we can play through part 2, part 3, since we know that now that there are 3 parts considering the diaries. Part 2, part 3, if there's a junction, we do the junction. And I presume it's gonna end with a live action to tie it all together. Ah! We're almost done. I think we're gonna finish it on Sunday, chat. I think we actually might finish it on Sunday. It sounds plausible. Also, hi, Choo Choo! Dangerous Fella, thank you for coming in. Welcome. We've been playing this for a while, reading a lot. Today, it was a lot of documents. I think this was one of the more document-heavy chapters or parts. Act 5 Part 1, I guess, but good. Interesting documents. Very cool that we got to read that Hatch got superpowers from a cave. I still have questions about that. I'm not sure. But that was super neat. Sorry. I am loving the game. Akasha, I saw you say how are you liking it? This is fantastic. I absolutely love it. I'm a little bit sad that we might finish it next time. But it's been a hecking good run. A hecking good run. Wow, this game is underrated. I love it. Remedy, they are great. Wow, what great, phenomenal games they do. Absolutely fantastic. As we are wrapping it up over here, I think this is a good time to, with the heist, I guess, you're getting your heistings done. We are also going to, let's see where we can go. Oh, there's so many places we haven't been to again. So many places. Let me look at my view here. Should have won an award for this story? Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they did? I don't know what happened to this game back in the days. Maybe it had a lot of maybe it got a lot of praise. I don't know. I had barely heard about the game.
Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
Toy, thank you. Thank you so much. I think this person just went offline. I'm trying to find places to go. We have a lot of cool places to go though.
Happy birthday, Hikumi! Oh, it's my birthday!
It's my birthday! Birthday party on Saturday. You're all invited. Thank you so much for the beats. Thank you, David. Thank you. Saturday we're having I won't stream tomorrow, chat. No stream tomorrow. So this game does not continue tomorrow. We will, however, finish it. I feel confident enough to say we'll finish it because I feel like at this point I would like just binge it until we're done with it. So yeah, I'm taking a vacation day, baby. That doesn't happen often. Tomorrow I will be not streaming, but we will be back already on Saturday. We're not gonna play we're not gonna play Quantum Break on Saturday. We're gonna be playing some fun community games and other fun things. We're gonna do fun things. Fun! So fun! Saturday, come by if you want to. It's my way of guilting you into coming by. This is my birthday party, so yeah, feel free to come by then. Or don't, I won't be angry. Anyway, yeah, birthday party on Saturday, Akash. You're welcome, all of you, to join if you want to. No guilt needed, yeah. And then on Sunday, we will finish this game. We'll finish this game. I think we're gonna start normal time on Sunday. I think we can do it, Trishikori, because... Oh, wait, you meant Saturday. Yeah, same time as usual on Saturday as well. And I think Sunday we will be able to beat this because there's nothing to read. Not that much more to read. Maybe we're gonna stay forever and take like a long decision in a junction if there is one. I don't know. I don't know. If there is a final junction of the entire game. Possibly. Perhaps. Anyway. We're gonna go say hi to someone before we go offline. We're gonna go say hi to... We haven't been here in a while. Have we? Have we? No, we have not been here in a while. I haven't been here in a while either. And here... So many cool people are live! A lot of Zelda everywhere. Wow, many Zelda games. What is this? Oh, gotta drink some water. School. Yay! Let's go and say hi to Mob Garden. We haven't been there in a while, I think. It's been a month. Wow, time flies. I heard the plop. Yeah, you heard it. We have added a sound effect, so I will hopefully not miss any hydrations now, and we can automatically get them done immediately. Hairless, thank you for gifting us up to someone. Just someone. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Dig Up, so much. We're gonna go say hi to Mob Garden. She's great. She has very cute emote also, and she's playing Zelda first playthrough. Let's go say hi. Thank you everybody so much for being here. Thank you for this game. Thank you for being. Thank you for lurking. Thank you for chatting. Thank you for listening. Today was a very like again kind of a lore heavier part of this game. We've had a few of them where we had like read extra much. Today took a little extra time also because we were checking out all of the diaries that we had forgotten or I didn't realize that we could check out, and the ripples. But that was really cool. I'm glad we got to see them before we end the game. So really neat. I can't wait to see this game wrap up on Sunday on the live stream. If you're watching this on YouTube, whenever the next YouTube part comes out, if it's not already out. Thanks so much for being here, chat. You're the hecking best. Oh yeah, exclamation mark mode. Form open. Come help us. Sell your soul.
Happy birthday, Hikumi!
Thank you so much.
Aww, it's my birthday.
Thank you for hanging out. Thank you to Shigori. Thank you for the beats. Thank you everybody for the beats. Thank you for hanging out. I can't even see the countdown anymore. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on Saturday for a birthday party if you want to. You don't have to. I don't, you know. Anyway, we're gonna play some games and have fun. This game finishing on Sunday. Have an awesome rest of your day, rest of your night, rest of your time, so whatever I say, but bye! Bye! I don't know when it's ending. Bye! Bye! 3, 2, 1, let's go! Bye!